Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and down in San Diego is my good friend and co-host Dennis Bethelkis. What's up, man?
Hey, I wasn't joining you for the Ancient Aliens, obviously, but I'm here for this one. And in parts unknown, we have with us Susan Layton. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I just feel like I saw you, Gary, not so long ago. Great to see you, Dennis.
A little bit of deja vu, huh?
Yeah, all over again.
Been so long, Susan.
Mm-hmm.
It's glad to be back together again. Hello, everybody out there. This is Friday Night Tights, where we talk about all the latest news and some of the shows we cover, and we will definitely be getting to what is in the title. That is not clickbait. I have a theory, and I'm sticking to it. And Dennis, this started out to be quite the slow news day, to the point where I think it was like between 11 and 1. I can't remember. I text you and I'm like, I don't know, man. We're going to have to like make some shit up or something, because there's nothing going on today. And then Mia Farrow's son strikes again on Les Moonves. And if you really kind of extrapolate this out, and it's hope, we're hoping that this could be bad for Star Trek Discovery. So much so that Doomcock did a live stream on it. I think Random talked about it. There's also some Star Wars news too, right? There's just some little Star Wars.
There is a little bit Star Wars news. Thank you, by the way, Dakota Stanton, for the $5. You're triggering me, Gary, with the title.
I'm sorry. I wish this was better news, guys, and we'll talk about it later. But you got to hear my theory on this, because it's up to us. You know what? If we face this stuff now and we get vocal, then maybe they'll listen, kind of like Expanse and Amazon. That's what I'm thinking. So, but we're not going to do that just yet. We want to wait for some more people to come in, and we do realize there's about, I think, 18,000 live streams going on right now. So we thank you for choosing us. Hello, Random. How are you? Random, Random's great for the daytime. By the way, like, share, and subscribe all her videos. Go subscribe to Random. She is part of the whole whatever this family is. I know Doomcock was talking about giving it a name, some kind of like the High Council or the We Are High Council or something like that. Yeah, there you go. Or the Federation Council. I don't know. Anti Star Trek Discovery, anti Drekkers, and just all around good person. She does great live streams. She gets me through work. I love it. So thank you so much, Random. And hello, everybody. I am really excited about tonight. We can go as long as we like, because Mrs. Nerdrotic is gone again. She came home for like a night, and then she's off to go do a wedding. So it's wedding season. Yeah.
No, it's duck season.
It's wedding season.
I'm glad somebody got that reference.
Yay, us. Okay. And Susan, can you talk about your good news yet? Is that something we can talk about?
Are you talking about Heroic Hollywood?
Yeah,
we can. Starting August 13th, I will be part of the Heroic Hollywood team. I'm really excited to be writing for them. It's definitely a larger audience, a larger platform, talking more about pop culture, which is, everything that I like. I'm still going to write for 1428, but very much looking forward to this. And thank you to you and Dennis for tipping me off about it. And I'm very excited to join them.
Congratulations, Susan. I'm so excited. I go to that website all the time. So that's where I mine a lot of my stuff from. I also know that a rather large YouTuber named Mundane Matt goes there quite a bit too. So that is great. One night only, 1-900-69 Susan discount. Thank you, Movie Finobi, for $1.99. I was waiting for that. Yeah, that's great. August 13th. Everybody, you have to go over now and read everything she does. Okay, we have to do that. That's not far from my birthday too. So yeah. I'm not looking forward to it.
I was going to say really quickly, I saw Extinction on Netflix because that dropped today. That's the Michael Pena movie, Netflix movie. Yeah, remember the old Outer Limits series that happened in the 90s when they rebooted it?
Yep.
It plays like an Outer Limits episode.
Oh.
It's very weird. Coulter is in it, the guy who plays Luke Cage. He's in it as well, which is kind of random. I didn't know he was going to be in that. But yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was kind of in that middle ground, but it really played like a made-for-TV show, which it was, I guess, made-for-TV movie.
Did that drop yesterday or today?
Today.
Yeah. Didn't have time to watch it, or we would have reviewed it. I'll watch it and let you guys know Monday.
Yeah, that was my spoiler-free review.
There you go, and lots of congratulations, Susan.
I know. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, look at that. That is nice. What's up, Man of Action? How's it going? So we can start getting down to the news, and I think we should probably not bury the lead. We should talk about Les Moonves and what's going down with him. I guess something happened in the New Yorker today.
Yeah, he is accused of harassing at least 6 women over at CBS. So as a result, they're taking him down. And this is kind of the irony of this, is he made a big speech a couple months ago. I think it was about 2 or 3 months ago, about the whole Me Too movement. And so having this come back and bite him in the ass is kind of a little bit ironic. It is. And then as a result of this, CBS stock dropped
up to 7%.
7%, yeah.
Here's the article here. We're not going to read the whole dang thing. You said for more than 20 years, Leslie Moonves, I think it's Moonves, I don't know, has been one of the most powerful media executives in America. As the chairman and CEO of CBS Corporation, he oversees now shows ranging from 60 Minutes to The Big Bang Theory to Star Trek Discovery. His portfolio includes the premium cable channel Showtime and publishing house Simon & Schuster and streaming services CBS All Access. Moonves, who is 68, has a reputation of canny hiring and project selection. The Wall Street Journal recently called him TV programming wizard. The Hollywood Reporter dubbed him a Wall Street hero. In the tumultuous field of network television, he has enjoyed a rare longevity as a leader. Last year, according to the filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission, he earned nearly $70 million, making him one of the highest paid corporate executives in the world. In recent months, Moonves has become a prominent voice in Hollywood's Me Too movement. As Dennis just spoke of, in December, he had helped found a commission on eliminating sexual harassment and advanced equality in the workplace, which is chaired by Anita Hill. It's a watershed moment, Moonves said at the time. So you guys can all go read this, and we'll link it. This is the New Yorker, and it is written by Ronan Farrow, son of Mia Farrow. And, it seems like he's really into this whole sexual harassment with children and women. I wonder what his motivations were. I'm curious.
Ronan?
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Wonder why he's obsessed with it. I just want to say thank you to Movie Fanobi for the $4.99. Before deep into fun, I bring feels. We are proud of Mary, 6 years sober. You inspire. Gary, we love your ongoing sobriety and passion for Nerdrotic.
Movie Fanobi, thank you so much for the $4.99. And before we get into some very bad news, I would like to, Mary Ashmead, 6 years of continuous sobriety, one day at a time. Congratulations. That is an incredible feat. It is said, those of us who go to meetings, only 10% of us manage to stay sober for over 5 years. So, and it's actually the percentage is lower if you come out of a rehab. It is incredibly hard to do. This is a serious disease that kills a lot of people. We have a epidemic with freaking opiates right now. And goddamn pharma, the worst drug dealer in the world. Sorry. That's my opinion. And, it's just awesome to hear that. It inspires me, and it also helps other people to show that it can be done. It can be done. It's a lot of hard work, but believe me, life gets so much better. I love my life right now. I don't know where you're at, Mary. I hope you're very happy because you earned this. Go get your chip, get your cake, get your props. That's awesome. Okay. Back to the shitty stuff now.
Well, it's not all shitty. It's just the beginning of it.
No, just I'm talking about this article, not everything. No, we're actually going to talk about a lot of fun stuff tonight. But
yeah,
well, the good news out of this, I'll just get straight to the punch. A good way to save money because when you drop a stock, oh boy, I don't want to get rid of. Let's just get rid of that. When you drop stock, usually a company will lay off a bunch of employees to help raise the stock. I have a suggestion. Okay, CBS, if you're listening. Star Trek Discovery cost $10 million an episode. There was how many episodes last year? There was 10. So that's $100 million. Yep. You could save $100 million right now by just canceling the show.
Or they could just get rid of less moon pie there and save 70 million. And then all they have to do is come up with 30 million, which they're probably going to do.
Dennis isn't really rolling with this whole argument, people.
I know. I'm with you.
I don't care. I assume he's going to go too, but I really, yes. Fire photon torpedoes, Nyla Shadow. Ave.
Apparently, I was just going to say, apparently some of this was brought on because Sherry Redstone, who was Moonves' partner, and they still work together, they're colleagues. There's litigation right now because she believes that CBS shouldn't be separate from Viacom. She believes that the two of them are better together. And I read an account where she was behind some of the complaints that were brought to the light today. And it's made their working relationship a bit tough.
Yeah, the whole Viacom CBS thing, I can't remember. Who was the really old CEO who ran Viacom? He's like Sumner Redstone. So it's his daughter, right? So there was a big fight, and that's why there was a split in the first place. And this is what's screwing up Star Trek right now because there's technically two Star Trek properties. There's the Kelvin universe and the original universe. And even though Star Trek Discovery looks like a Kelvin property, it is not. And there's go to Midnight's Edge. Midnight's Edge has done many good videos. I've referred to it a million times. I will again put a link when this turns over into video to their video breaking this down prior to Star Trek Discovery coming out. It is brilliant. Like really these guys do their fucking homework. They're awesome. And that'll explain everything. But so is there some motivation for Redstone? Yes. But do I believe an executive was a perv? Yes, I do. And they got away with it freely for so long, and it's all going to bite them in the ass. And as Dennis brought up, isn't it funny how some of the most vocal people involved in the Me Too movement end up getting fucking nailed?
And I want to say thank you to Movie Fanobi. He says for Dennis, he gave me us $1.99. He says for Dennis, he needs host brain lube after SDCC. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of disappointed. Costco doesn't sell it anymore. What the hell?
Amazon. Go to Amazon. I'm sure they have it.
I know it's not worth it. I mean, it was okay. It was there. I'd pick it up. So
gotcha. No con crud for me this year, which was good.
I had a little bit, yeah, myself, but I'm back to normal. Burned it out of the beach.
I feel so close. Am I like too close to my camera? Should I back up a little bit, or should I get a little closer? How's it going? No, let's back up a little bit. I missed my mark. Sorry, Viking bitch. Who was it? There's this thing will start reflecting, and I forgot. There's a Dakota. It like messes with his mind a little bit. I have to put a piece of tape over it or something. Moonves is a perv. He is, and he's done. And the way things are right now, which are this, I don't like this at all. Is when these allegations come out, you are guilty until proven innocent. I think 6 people. That's a lot of people saying the same thing. So, yep. But you still need to do your due diligence, and there needs to be proof. Because it's still messing with a man's life, and if he didn't do it, that'd be fucked up. Problem is, I just my personal belief, I think he probably did it. Yeah, Will this affect Star Trek Discovery? I can only hope, for selfish reasons.
You just don't want to watch season 2.
Well, I'm gonna have to. It'll probably be good for the channel. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it is indeed. It was indeed 10 million an episode. I got confirmation from a very inside source on that one. 10 million an episode. Unbelievable.
Well, those space torches don't light themselves, man.
They don't. You're right, and it costs a lot of money to get sonar working in space. But space torches, yeah, especially because they probably CG'd the flames. You're probably right. So yeah, that about wraps it up for less. And maybe this'll fix Star Trek. I doubt it.
Hey, you know what? There is some good news that came out of this whole Me Too movement as of today as well, because going back to the Weinstein stuff. So, the Weinstein company is going under bankruptcy and they're getting sold off and all that kind of stuff. Well, one of the properties that was under the Weinstein company was Sin City. Remember Sin City, the TV shows and the movie rights? And those are not going to be part of the bankruptcy proceedings and have reverted back to Frank Miller.
That's great. I'm very happy for Frank Miller, except that he directed The Spirit.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it. The only downside to it is that it went back to Frank Miller, and he might direct another thing. So, yeah.
Well, he wants to do a TV show now because they've been trying since 2012, and that's what he's looking to do now.
Yeah.
Random Gamer User 42 says Les really seems like a creep to me. He does movies, used to be an actor, but he never got anywhere with that. So he went behind the scenes and gained power there. My former boss was a friend of his during his acting days, says Lubella. Did you ever hear anything about this, Lubella? That you can talk about or you feel comfortable talking about it. If you don't, that's cool. I understand. Bill Cosby. Yes. Just, he was involved with Star Trek Discovery, and again, the people who are the most vocal, it's this especially happened with a lot of the game journalists who are out there being male feminists. It just happens a lot. I'm not saying with everybody, it just happens a lot. But
yeah, no, it does. And one thing I found kind of weird is we were talking about this when this movement first started. We said a lot of old Deadwood was going to be starting cut out from Hollywood because of this. And a lot of that is happening now.
Oh yeah, we're going to get we're going to get a lot of new faces, and you guys got to watch out for Burt Reynolds has an autobiography out there.
Yeah.
And apparently it is a 100% tell-all that is not to be released until he is dead. And that one, I think a lot of the people he's probably talking about have passed. But once that hits, that's going to cause some shit, because apparently it's everything. Like, he didn't hold back at all.
Yeah, it's fairly detailed.
Yeah. And he went through some shit, like some serious shit. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. But hopefully Burt lives a nice long life, and it's a long time until we read that book.
Well, he's certainly busy. He's on Quentin Tarantino's new movie.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be in Star Trek? No. What's About Time in Hollywood? Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
There's too many to count. He's Quentin Tarantino's got a lot of, supposedly movies that he's working on at the moment. So
I think he's just going to write and produce the Star Trek one, not direct it. But
no, supposedly it's supposed to be a hard R according to Simon Pegg, and it's set in the Kelvin universe. So
yeah. Nihilist Shadow says, but Discovery is Star Trek. Didn't you see the Star Trek symbol on all the guns and costumes? Discovery producer. Spore Trek needs to be eradicated. Where's the bleach? Straight up.
Kill it with fire. It works better.
Kill it with fire. They need to put it in the bathtub, like that scene in Breaking Bad. So dissolve the body.
Yeah,
that went really bad. Yes, Slurmy Scott. We are now at 4,700 subscribers, and thank you so much. We never thought we'd get this many subs, and we are totally stoked. And what I'm really happy about is, like, the chat is still something we can interact with. I do have a plan, like, eventually, if it gets too big and too crazy, I have a plan. I have a plan for that, because that's something that's very important to us. And you know, speaking for Dennis and Susan, we need to interact with you guys. Like that's what we do here.
Sorry, I was just laughing that the dog is asleep and having puppy nightmares. She's doing a little, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, my dog Parker has nightmares too. It's actually not good.
She's all right now. She just did a couple of them. She's good. So yeah, I'm glad he's getting that back. The other big news that we had today was Disney and Fox shareholders met and approved the merger in a very quick 10-minute vote. Big surprise on that one, huh?
99% approved. 99 cent. 99% approved.
Yeah. Huge amount. We knew this was coming. We knew that it was going to happen. And this is all in the midst, too, of the DOJ actually going back and reneging on the AT&T Time Warner merger at the moment. So they're pulling that one back apart.
Well,
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, what Fox did to get out of that was they decided that they would not include their regional sports.
Yes.
So the DOJ would be okay with that.
Sports. That's right. Okay, so to the Disney Fox merger, this is bad. This is not good. I'm not happy that the X-Men are with Disney. The adult in me trumps the nerd, and this is really bad. It's bad for entertainment. It's bad for jobs. What Disney's going to do, what they're going to do, they're going to make them. They're going to be. I think the new parent company is now called New Disney. All right, yes. So Fox is going to be pretty much on its own, and it's going to save as much jobs as possible. But here's what's going to happen, folks. Not right away. Give it 5 years. Fox will be autonomous, and then eventually Disney will start meddling. Okay, we're already seeing that with Pixar. And today I kept on hearing about Bob Iger, the innovator. No. Bob Iger has a wallet that he uses. That buying shit is not innovative. Innovative is creating your. Elon Musk is, well, he's not very innovative. He's clever dude. But the people who created Tesla were innovative, and I don't like this deal at all. I fucking hate it. You know, and then sure, we're gonna get some X-Men in the MCU, but are we 100% sure that's gonna be better than Fox?
Who knows? I mean, we don't know where it's going to happen. I mean, we were at this crossroads too with Disney taking over Marvel as well, and we talked a lot about that, and a lot of the sky is falling, and it hasn't really been that bad,
except for the comics.
Yeah, the comics, but we knew the comics were going to go to the side, and that's because they split off. They really did a hard split on it.
Yeah, with Disney buying Marvel, I wasn't totally against it. I thought the movie, it was a way to extend the movies, and I was fine with it. I was just worried that the comics would suffer, and they have. And again, in a few years, it's going to be like a decade till we see the damage that is done. Like Marvel, the comic book industry was kind of dying anyway, but it is well on its way to death now. I think it's in hospice. And it's because of Disney and their treatment of Marvel, using it as basically a loss leader, making pamphlets and brochures, which are not comics, and it's gotten really bad. What's going to happen here? I don't know. Fox is a huge company. We just lost an awesome company that had one of the best fanfares ever before a movie starts.
They know how to market. I'll tell you that much.
Holy shit, they know how to market.
Yeah. At San Diego Comic-Con, actually, and you probably saw a picture if you look at our Facebook page. Hint, hint. I was in the bathroom, and right next to my head, by the toilet there, was the ass gaskets, or cowboy hats, as we call them, the free cowboy hats. There, that basically you wrap them around the toilet bowl ring so you don't sit on anything nasty. And there was Deadpool's face on those toilet wrappers, and it said above it, "This is all that Fox could afford." And I laughed my ass off and snapped a picture of it because that was some of the best advertising I've ever seen at San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And Carrie, I see your chat right there. When we get to Star Wars, I will talk about that. Yes, because I have lots of thought. That was a great video. Sorry, Dennis, go on.
No, that was all I was saying. I mean, that was some really good advertising.
That was brilliant marketing. They're usually but the marketing was really dialed back at Comic-Con this year. Everything was dialed back. There was less people there. Yeah.
Disney's already pissing me off because they're redoing one of my favorite childhood films of theirs. They are doing a reboot of Lady and the Tramp with
live action.
No, they're just, as far as I know, it's going to be on their streaming service, and it's going to be it's basically going to be voices, animation. Justin Theroux's in it. I guess he's playing the Tramp. But I'm just like, can't we just remaster the original? Kids will love it. It's timeless. Why do we have to do this? I hate them already.
Yeah, the Grace Randolph was talking about this. Is Disney's also going to probably lose their own brand in all this too. Like that stuff's not going to be as significant, or it's going to be interesting. Disney has gone through this buying before. I've said it a million times on this podcast, and what ends up happening is they end up selling some stuff off. I also found out something really interesting today, and then we'll get to the chat after this, that I had no idea about this. This Grace Randolph, again, who's pretty well connected. She used to work for Marvel, said kind of just offhand when she said, yeah, I was talking to a friend, and the reason, Disney works so well or has to work so well with Sony is Sony owns a percentage of the character of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they own a percentage of Spider-Man. They did not just the rights to do the movie. They own part of the character. Whoever did that deal needs to be kicked in the nuts repeatedly.
Yeah. I believe that was Avri Arad, believe it or not. Because I think I think he was bent over a barrel on that one.
Gio, and I don't think he's here tonight, but Gio posted a great video on Facebook about what Sam Raimi went through with the hell that was Spider-Man 3, and how he didn't want to do half the suggestions that the studio said to him, and that's why that film is so awful. And those were his words.
Yeah, he we were at a panel, Gary and I can't remember which one it was, or maybe I was at the panel. I was at the panel for Ash versus Evil Dead. That's right, season 1. And Sam Raimi said he apologized for Spider-Man 3. He's like, yeah, he goes, that was just a shitty movie.
Oh, he did that on Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell, yes.
Drag Me to Hell panel. Yeah, I was there for that. And he apologized for it, and which he didn't need to do, which Drag Me to Hell is a great movie, by the way.
Yes.
And it was I was manly doing that. And we love you, Sam Raimi. Yeah. Unconditionally, dude.
He loves Spider-Man. I mean, he grew up reading the comics.
Oh yeah,
he was a fan, and a lot of people don't like his version of Spider-Man. I happen to love his version of Spider-Man, and for a director to come out and say, "Yep, I made an awful movie," that is rare. You rarely hear that.
He also made one of the greatest superhero movies ever made, which is Spider-Man 2. That to me is that is a modern equivalent, not as good, but close to Superman, the movie. That
actually
getting a character right, and
2 really good superhero movies, not just Spider-Man 2, but Darkman. Darkman's
good too.
Yes, it is.
Let's get to the chat a little bit. Gary confessed to the plans for world domination. I gotta find my keys, Philip, before I can dominate the world. I gotta be able to find my keys regularly.
Persian Scribe says Gary and Susan were having such an enlightening discussion about ancient ruins, and then Dennis showed up and we're talking about yucky stuff now. Yeah, you know what the old Russian saying is, "Safar bitch." No,
is that what it is?
That's what my old Russian coworker used to say to me all the time. Whenever something bad would happen. That was usually because of him. And you know who you are, Nikolai. You're out there.
How's your
James-
father says Tinkerbell is an X-Men? Yes, Tinkerbell's a mutant. Yeah, I agree.
Man of Action says, I feel safer walking the streets, getting that creepy stalker off the street.
Right?
Carrie Dalton says, Les's biggest contribution was not ignoring the over 40 viewers when other networks were trying to court the coveted 18 to 34 demo.
Right? When that 18 to 34 demo is old. That's 20th century demo. You need that needs to go to 18 55 to 60 now.
Yeah, the Simpsons. When the Simpsons make a joke about it, you know it's over with. And they actually made that joke with Homer. It goes, I'm age 18 to 34. Everyone listens to my ideas, and he's reaching into a jar of nuts and gum.
Dennis is the guy keeping the Simpsons on the air.
Hey, they're old. That's an old episode.
It's not going to be Matlock anymore. It's going to be the Simpsons.
Homer.
J. Michael Straczynski has an autobiography coming out next year that he says will break the internet, says Richard Frost. Okay. I love JMS, so I will read that.
Hopefully it's better than Sense8. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
sorry, that was a shot fired.
But you want to talk about whatever. I mean, like, not everybody does everything perfect, but you want to talk about somebody who knows the ins and outs of Hollywood is JMS.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's done everything. He really has done everything.
James Hayes, you're right. It's a freaking monopoly. Government has failed us too many times. Corruption, fucking A.
Harley's little sister says, how much do you think Big Bang Theory costs when the 5 main characters get 1 million each? Actually, it's more than that now because they upped it, and I believe it's not just the 5 main characters that get 1 million. The other characters now, they're almost up to the same level, so they're at 900,000 if I remember a piece per episode as well. So you're looking at a cast of 8 roughly, so you're looking at almost 8 million an episode just for the actors.
I mean, it makes money, but I really hate that show. Like,
I can tell you right now, it's going to be its last season. This season 13. I'm making that prediction right now.
All right, you promise? I'm going to hold you to that, buddy.
Yeah. Well, just because you were at that panel.
Yeah, I was at that panel.
Yeah. No, that's the one thing we need to do is we were talking about a plot wheel. Is having all these different plots on a wheel. Let's see what the plot's going to be for Penny this week.
Yep, we're gonna spin the plot wheel on stuff we hate. Yeah, that's we should do that with Star Trek Discovery. Netflix was innovation. CBS All Access is not. Nihilist Shadow, you are so correct. And Dennis and I subscribe to a lot of shit for this channel. So we're on a lot of streaming services, and these things are not easy to make. I mean, Netflix runs flawlessly. It is really good. You get 4K. My phone doesn't die out halfway through. Everything else does. I mean, everything else. Even Amazon Prime kind of putters out once in a while. This is not something that is guaranteed to work. And CBS All Access so far hasn't been this raging success. And if these things don't work, all these $1 billion you're paying for companies is going to be, for lack of a better term, dick. It's not going to matter at all.
This actually kind of plays into one of our news items. Something that didn't work was YouTube Red. YouTube Red didn't work and is being rebranded now to YouTube Premium.
And you know why it didn't work is because, and this is coming from the woman that the interview was done with, she said it was because people kept on thinking it sounded like a porn site.
Yeah.
And it didn't resonate with the viewers.
Yeah, just nobody knew what it was. I mean, I knew what it was. Basically, it was a free music service and you don't have to watch ads, and you pay $10 a month.
Right.
Yeah, and now they've upped the price to $13.99.
Yeah.
She's looking into doing something that's more affordable. At least that's what she said in the interview.
Is that YouTube Unleaded?
Maybe. Maybe. No Bad Bunny. The MCRN rocket booster is not in the works at Tesla yet. I should have totally made that part of my email though. That's where you should get the, yeah. That's, oh my God. I'll send another one because that's a good idea. Because we name all our robots out like after X-Men and stuff like that. That would be some good cross advertising. Because they got the Falcon booster
there.
What was that?
Is there one named Beak that's there?
I'll have to. I don't know.
You should take a picture next to it.
That would be awesome. Next time I'm down there.
Carrie Dalton says, "I wouldn't write off Les just yet. We'll need to see what kind of investigation happens and what results. I'm sure most people thought Chris Hardwick was done." Yeah, with the Chris Hardwick thing, Chloe Dykstra didn't bring her evidence, and she wasn't even asked for it by AMC either. So they did their investigation in-house. We kind of knew he was coming back.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Apparently, Janet Varney, who dated him for 7 years, and some of his other exes came out and talked to the sites and everything. And Janet was very vocal, saying that Chris never treated her in that manner. She never saw abusive behavior, and it wasn't just her, it was his other girlfriends as well. And somebody said, and I'm just, stating this as, this isn't a personal opinion. Mm-hmm. Somebody said that Chloe Dykstra was already a cosplayer, and it was complete bullshit that she didn't want to go in front of the camera. She was not forced.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's just, we've all, well, at least a lot of us have been in relationships where somebody just didn't turn out to be who you thought they were, and maybe vice versa. It's a funny world we live in, and it's really fucked up that he lost a bunch of work and a bunch of money, and now he's got a mark on him forever now.
Yeah,
because of this. Because of
they haven't really said when he's coming back. They say that he's
coming back. Yeah, he's coming back
August week after next.
For Fear the Walking Dead, he's coming back for that. Actually, Yvette's doing the first one, and then he is doing the one right after that, and she's going to be a guest on that one.
Yeah, we are missing Penn Farm Girl tonight.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe she had something to do. We miss you, Penn. If Murdoch is selling, then he sees what we see. Media is going online diversity. Yeah, Slurmy Scott. Media is changing rapidly, and that's why people are kind of running to YouTube. And for one, it's easier access, but you could also interact with the stuff you watch, and you're not getting like agendas shoved down your throat. And
Murdoch is actually he's doubling down on sports and news.
He's going to be on the board.
Well, he's going to be on the board, yeah, but I know for what's left of Fox, he's doubling down on sports and news is what he's going to make Fox.
All the live stuff. And that's the stuff that honestly you can transfer over to YouTube or whatever and they still make money. So yeah. But other than European League football, sports here in America are not exactly growing. So
no. As a matter of fact, they're going the opposite direction. Nyla Shadow says the Disney merger has me worried about the Orville. I hope Disney doesn't interfere.
That is a great point. I popped that in the Doomcock's chat today when he was talking, and yes, Disney is now in charge of the Orville. That worries me a lot.
Well, I read something. No, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. The Orville doesn't do anything where they would or should get into it. It's not like Seth's Family Guy, where, he does things outlandish so that the censors will focus on that, and then he'll slip questionable things in. The Orville isn't like that, so I don't know why would they interfere.
Did you see the sex with the Jello monster scene?
Yes, I did, but I didn't think that was questionable.
No, it's not the show's content at all. It's the amount of juice, for lack of a better word, that Seth had with Fox that he now doesn't have with Disney. It kind of reminds me back when I was working at auto dealerships, and I'd be like in really good with the general manager, and then he would get fired, and we got a new guy, and like I don't have the same relationship with him. We got to build all this rapport. He doesn't. The other guy I knew for years. That Seth has worked with Fox for years, cultivated under them, knows how that place works. So now there's, and right now it's on its own, so I don't think there'll be any damage right now, but down the road there's definitely potential. I was told many years ago by people like, oh, Disney will never interfere with Pixar, it's a cash cow for them, it's money, and now they're interfering with Pixar because that's what they do. They own them. So it's not like you get to buy something and you just let it run forever by itself. You do, as long as it's making money, but the second it's not, then you start playing with the thing you own. So maybe the Orville like runs its course before any of that shit happens, though. So that's a possibility.
So Lubella also brings up the Dark Phoenix and New Mutant films also seemingly canceled out of all of this.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of our title tonight. So I guess we can get to that. Why not? So the rumor is those movies are canceled. They didn't do anything at Comic-Con. There was not even a word spoken of it. They did show the Dark Phoenix trailer to some European movie theaters or something like that, and apparently it was fucking terrible. There's been nothing but like, this is a shit show. New Mutants, both movies have been not canceled, but delayed. Multiple reshoots, delayed out to next year. One of them was supposed to be out by now.
Yeah, the New Mutants one, but they wanted to retool it into a horror movie, is what they said.
But that's what the trailer looked like it was. So it wasn't a horror movie when they marketed it as a horror movie.
It was more of a sprinkling of horror inside of a mutant movie. So now they just want to go over pure horror now on this one, but still have the mutant stuff in there somehow.
Grace Randolph again reported that it could be getting canceled. I wouldn't be surprised, or it's going to be put on the streaming service as like a one-off. That Dark Phoenix and New Mutants. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dark Phoenix get canceled outright, because that is a precious story. And Disney, I really want the MCU maybe to be the ones to tell that, because Fox has had 2 chances on it and they fucked it up twice. So that leads me to The Gifted and Legion, which both were renewed. The Gifted is coming out September 25th with another season. It's got a great showrunner, Matt Nix, from Burn Notice, a competent showrunner. Yes. We have the brilliant Legion, probably arguably the best TV show right up there with The Expanse. On anywhere, run by the amazingly talented Noah Hawley, who will in a few years will be where J.J. Abrams is, kind of directing multiple films, controlling lots of properties, and I can't wait for that, because that means shit will be good.
Yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought here, but one of the things I got from the Legion panel was that Noah Hawley is the only one that knows what's going on that show. And he wasn't there, of course, for that panel. And so he is the guiding force behind whatever show he is on. And he is the one that, if for lack of a better word, he's the puppet master of that whole thing. And he gives them all the pieces and then puts them all together in the editing room.
Yeah. So and that way he avoids spoilers, but good luck trying to spoil Legion.
Yeah.
So here's what's going to happen, folks. This is, I have no insider information. It's just what I've seen from Disney in the past. And I'm going to use the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon and the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon as evidence of prior acts of Disney canceling good shit and replacing it with subpar shit. Yes, they were cartoons, but these 2 cartoons were finally Marvel had done some really good cartoons with great storytelling. The best Venom origin is in Spectacular Spider-Man. Earth's Mightiest Heroes was really their first crack at the Avengers, and they did it well. It played like the Justice League cartoon. It was really fucking good. They took their story seriously, and it played like a comic book. And they canceled them both right after they had been renewed for seasons. They let the seasons play out and canceled them immediately. Unfortunately, I think this is what's going to happen with Legion and the Gifted. I will really be brokenhearted with Legion. But word on the street is Kevin Feige has been waiting to get his hands on the X-Men. And I know Marvel TV is separate, but Legion and the Gifted are not part of Marvel television. Actually, I think Gifted might be a little bit. Legion is not. Legion is definitely 100% not. So I think we get one more season from both of them, and then they're done because they want to start from scratch with the X-Men. And they don't
actually
want anybody...
Legion is part of Marvel Television. Jeff Loeb was there. So
Jeff Loeb's a producer, but it's not he's an executive producer. It's not related to Fox. The Gifted, I remember reading, was the first time that they had actually worked with Fox on a television show. So the Gifted is partially Marvel Television, so take with it. That one might stick around. That's not the one I want sticking around, quite frankly. No. If I have to choose, I want Legion, but Legion is on FX. It's pretty much a rated R TV show. It fits into the Singer X-Men universe pretty firmly. And while you can change it, and I'm hoping against hope that this thing gets continued, I just think it's a tough sell. It's not like it's killing in the ratings. It's a great TV show. Don't get me wrong. I want it to exist. I just want you to prepare yourself. And maybe if we're vocal about it, maybe as Legion fans, we need, Legion fans are not the most vocal people in the world. They need to get more vocal. They need to get Expanse-like. And maybe they'll keep it around. So when it comes back, show your love a lot. I will. We'll do 2 videos a week if I have to.
And I would say the mail-in campaign would be mustaches.
Yes.
Well, and also with that whole thing with Legion, and I know this is antiquated, but it's a must for television like that. Watch it when it airs.
Yep.
That is the way to show them. It is antiquated, but that is what gets through to the networks that the show's loved, that it doesn't need to go anywhere. They do factor in DVR views, but it's more precious to them to watch it live. So you guys that want to keep Legion going, that's what you need to do.
Yeah. And it's, so we don't want to alarm anybody. It's going to be a long time until we get a Legion season. It's going to be about a year. Gifted's coming back. And we'll see how it does. It didn't have amazing ratings. It got a season 2 barely.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how things play out. But just going from what I hear and what I observe, Kevin Feige pretty much, even though he's not involved with Marvel Television, he has some say in everything Marvel. That's I've heard from an inside source. Like he is actually the final line when Marvel is concerned. Like they have to clear shit with him, even if it's not directly related with the MCU. And I wouldn't be surprised if he takes, like I said, after Avengers 4, if he goes off and takes over something else or takes on another project. I'm not sure.
He goes to WB and starts working on DC.
Oh my God, that'd be great, to be honest with you.
Thank you, Agent Future. $5. What will happen to the FX network? I don't believe that Disney will keep it. I could see the FX network going away.
Oh.
I can too. I think a lot of cable networks are going to go away soon. FX, I don't know why they did the FXX thing. That's definitely FXX, whatever the hell it is going to go. That's definitely going to go. And they might go to online stuff. I'm not sure, but Disney, another thing I heard is like they're getting into Hulu like immediately. Like that is not good. They're not going to mess around with Hulu. Like that's going to get rebranded like very soon.
Oh yeah. I kind of figured, remember we called that one too. We said they're not going to mess with it. That's already there. All they have to do is just load their content into it and boom, ready made.
And I got to ask, I'll ask John, like, how does this affect the Disney streaming service? Because Well, I think they were going to do multiple anyway, but Hulu's like there and it works. You know,
They said they were going to do Disney like the PG-13 and down Disney. So that's going to be their Disney streaming service. And the Hulu, I think, is going to be like their adult themes, not adult themed, but you know what I mean. The more mature
the
stuff.
non-Disney stuff.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. 2 or 3 services, and that's more money we're gonna have to pay. Has Sony's streaming service died? Asked Carrie Dalton. I wanted to watch Powers, but not enough to get the PS4.
The PlayStation View, it's still alive. It's still kicking around, and I liked, Powers. It was really good. I watched the first 2 seasons, and then I don't know what happened to it. It kind of disappeared. I never heard anything back from it again, so I kind of assumed it was canceled.
Lubella was talking back about Les Moonves. It was just a toxic relationship. Had nothing to do with his work. Okay. And let's hit the chat here. My number one problem with Amazon Prime is that it uses more data to stream than Netflix. Dakota Stanton, you're right. It sure as hell does.
It does. Yeah. It does a lot of things.
I got grandfathered in with Sprint, so we have unlimited data for the family, but we also pay like a ridiculous amount for our phones. Like, it's stupid. It's not even responsible, but
Mary Ashmead asks, if I watch it on my stream early from my cable provider, will that work with Legion? She's talking about getting the hits on the
yes. They count that. If it's within 3 days, right, Susan?
Yeah, if you do your DVR and it's called +3 and +5, if you actually do it within, you have at least 7 days. But the sooner you can watch it DVR, the better off it's going to be. And like I said, live is always means more to the networks. But DVR, that's usually how you have to do it now.
I also want to talk about this chat up here. We'll work our way down, Dennis. It's quite a ways up. It's from Carrie Dalton. And Carrie asked me, any thoughts on the Doomcock video this week on the Star Wars writers' room? Just how much power did they have to shape stories? The lack of experience was astonishing. Carrie, they had all the power.
That was Kasdan's, the Kasdans, both of them.
This story group, they so Kasdan and Rian Johnson and stuff have script writing credit for writing the scripts for their movies, but they didn't plot them. Okay. So it's like a comic book. You have, sometimes you'll read a comic book and it says plots, and that means somebody wrote a treatment and like, this is your story. You can fill in like hey, you over there, stop looking at me or whatever like that. And but the plot is there. And that's what the story group did. It's basically a writer's room for television. So I don't know how. I think that involved the side stories as well. They had all the power because they were Kathleen Kennedy's cabal, and Doomcock exposing, just doing a little homework and being fucking Doomcock's awesome, man. I don't know if you watched that video, Dennis. You need to watch that video. The Star Wars writers room, like Doomcock said, makes the Star Trek writers room look like the MASH writers room. I mean, it was like, a lot of them were just producers, hadn't written anything. One of them hadn't written anything in 15 years, and it was just like a one-off TV show that had 1 season. Like, it was terrible.
That explains a lot. That really does explain.
Certainly does. And I had heard, actually, if you want to really dig back to our old podcast, I had heard from my inside source that's like the minute that started that they were going to use a writer's room. We even reported on it. Like they're going to start writing Star Wars like television shows. We didn't think, but at the time, nobody knew who they were. It was very mysterious, but they've been to cons since then. You can see who they are. And they were hired, for what they look like, not for their talents. And we are now where we're at with Star Wars. And I guess we can talk about the other Star Wars news, but I thought that video was brilliant. Carrie. Doomcock, we have unabashed love for Doomcock. Unconditional love for Doomcock. He is a wonderful and glorious conqueror who does good shit.
Yeah, so our other news is it was just confirmed today by Disney that the episode 9 casting is going to include Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. And Carrie Fisher is going to be played by scenes that were left on the cutting room floor from Force Awakens.
And probably a body double.
No.
Like walking around the corner, or like any kind of fill-in scene. Unless it's just flashbacks.
I think it's just going to be flashbacks. I think it's going to be.
I don't see how they cannot use it body double. Now I'm talking about for panning scenes, nothing close up, nothing. The actor is not going to, just like they did with The Crow. They had the 1/3 of the movie, they had another guy playing it. They're going to have to do that if it's going to be.
They're going to shimp it.
Yeah, basically.
That's it. Her brother, that's right, said that they weren't using CGI. They weren't going to do CGI. They weren't going to recast, and they weren't going to use a body double. Is what he said in one of the articles that I had read, which is kind of weird.
That's going to be impossible.
Yeah.
So unless it's like a brief flashback and it's like a 3-second scene or something like that, then I can see it. But
yeah,
I mean, is this even necessary?
No.
I don't. Just stop. I mean, just stop. I mean, Carrie's gone. We all miss her. Can't we just have like a subtle homage to her? Something quiet. Why do we have to fucking CGI her in or take it from the cutting room floor? Because good luck, that rarely looks good, rarely makes sense. I just stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
The funny thing is, Carrie would not give a shit. She would laugh at this. This would be funny for her. She wouldn't care if she's CG'd or she wouldn't give a shit. She's dead.
Yeah.
Her outlook on life was hilarious considering all the bullshit she'd been through. But yeah, I mean, when I say I'm not a I told you so person. I get no pleasure out of that whatsoever. I don't need affirmation that much in my life, to be honest with you. But we did kind of call this, and I'm sure I believe I heard the world-class bullshitters call this like a year ago as well. Like they're gonna do something to get her back, and they really fucked it up. They had a great opportunity to send her off in battle. That would have been more impactful than that piece of crap that they came out with a couple years ago called Last Jedi. And they're bringing Luke back, and I kind of figured they were, now that Mark Hamill was kind of being quiet, like he started quieting up. So I figured he's coming back. I predict he will not be a Force ghost. He will be corporeal. He's
going to be able to pull himself back together again, so to speak.
Yeah, he'll like use the Force, and the rumor is it's a time jump, and Rey's going to be pregnant, and I don't care. So
wait a minute,
Star Wars is dead.
What? How? What? How? How? How
we'll
that?
See, when a man and a woman like each other a lot.
Woman like each other.
Oh my God! Stop.
Hey, if I can high five you through the screen, I would, Gary.
You guys, you're killing me. You know exactly what I
meant. Oh my!
Yeah, that was low hanging fruit on that one. That really was.
But I mean, seriously though, what did I miss? I mean, what did she? I don't know. God,
it's exasperating at this point. Like, what else is there to say? We keep on telling Disney to stop, and Disney, I think at this point, is trying to do the right thing. They're not capable. So I think I'm just where we were at before. Go ahead, do whatever you want, Disney. It's okay.
I think they think having JJ involved is going to fix the shitstorm that that Kathleen Kennedy did. I think that's what they're thinking. And an interesting point about Carrie that Agent Future brought up is he believes they might use Billy, because I know she's been cast in it, Carrie's daughter.
Yeah, they're not going to use her either. She has her own role, and she even said she will not play her mother in that movie.
Like I said, do what you want to. I don't care. I'm so beyond caring. The damage is fucking done, and J.J. Abrams is the last person. Okay. If you're a fan of him, you even have to admit he doesn't finish stuff. He's a good starter.
Yeah.
He's an idea man.
Brian Fuller.
He'll start writing, then he'll go squirrel, and
exactly
everything goes off the rail.
You call Noah Hawley. You get him over there. You take 5 years off. Don't make any Star Wars for 5 years. Let him plan it. Then I think you have a chance.
Can we call Noah and Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, sure.
Because Seth loves Star Wars too.
I like Seth being on the Orville though. I firmly want him there. I don't want him. I don't want Yeah, JJ. Listen, when a decade passes, and to refer to Mako's chat right there, when a decade passes and the comic industry has died and gone fully digital, JJ Abrams will be known as the guy who fucked up 2 franchises. So that's all he's going to be known as. JJ is actually very thankful for Rian because it took the heat off him.
Yeah. And Man of Action has a great theory here. So Rey has baby Luke. Baby Luke comes out of the womb with a full-on beard.
Oh God.
That's how it happens, because he pulls himself corporally through. We have an immaculate conception of Rey.
Yeah.
With Luke using the Force, and he gets rebirthed through Rey.
Rey gives birth to the Force.
What?
And then it just like it's counteractive. It comes back and she's going to give birth to the Force, and she'll teach the Force how to be a better Force. So
she's going to have the Messiah baby.
Yeah, another one, because we already been this before. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, great.
I love this. This is going to be good.
This all just ends up with me having to go see this fucking movie again on opening night. That's all I'm going to say.
Lubella, if you're saying I think the entertainment industry will suffer without less Moonves, I think you're right. But like him or not, that guy made shit happen.
He did.
And I think it will be a loss. But the entertainment industry is changing before our very eyes. That's what the whole theme of this thing is. We're watching over a paradigm shift, and I think it's going to be good. It's just there's going to be still going to be gatekeepers and all that crap. There's just going to be new ones. That's all. So Netflix and Amazon are going to take over, and
it's changing, but it's remaining the same at the same time, because they're starting to do the whole reboot thing.
Oh my God!
Starting.
Well, not starting. I'm saying they're kind of ramping up the reboots even more so, which is just getting ridiculous.
That's been going on for a decade.
Yeah, well, I know
that's coming to an end.
I mean, CBS now is even talking about bringing back Kelsey Grammer to do a reboot of Frasier.
Yeah.
We had 11 seasons, okay? 11 seasons, and it went downhill. I was a huge Frasier fan. It went downhill.
Yeah.
Why do we have to revisit this?
Oh,
and
is it a reboot?
It's a reboot, yes.
And I heard something scary. Norman Lear, I saw this on Deadline, is going to reboot All in the Family, The Jeffersons, and Maude. Can somebody kill me now or send me back to the 1970s so I can just stop all of this right away?
He signed
Angels, Jesus.
He signed a 2-year deal with Sony, Norman Lear, and the man is 96 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, forget it. I mean, that's silly. I don't even want to give it time. I mean, that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. You hear all kinds of ideas, and this is something that I've talked about. We've heard so many things being reported on, and they just don't happen. A great example is the great Game of Thrones. There's gonna be 5 prequels. There's going to be 1. There's only going to be 1. They shelved all the other ones. So when you hear all this stuff is going to, like, even the fucking Buffy remake, that's not going to happen. If you've read in the article that they have nobody paying for this yet.
No,
they don't even have an idea.
They don't even have a fucking idea. And a little later on, I'm going to read, if we have time, there's a Mary Sue article on this that's totally against it. and I'm going to insert Doctor Who with what they say Buffy, and it's the exact argument that I had last week for Doctor Who, like why you should not do what you did with Doctor Who. And they word for word my argument, but they just inserted Buffy. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
so I'll read that for you later. That'll be for later.
Wow.
Let Lord George Lucas redo Lady and the Tramp. No.
They're already doing a live action version of that, so it's in the works already. They're already done They've started casting.
Oh my God.
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp, a live action version. Yes.
Are they going to be dressed as dogs or?
No, they're going to be dogs.
Animated. It was just an animated redo with Joxer is now a female.
Wow.
James Hayes, how long before Disney forces a Star Wars and Marvel crossover? This could have been. I was EVS said on his stream that he had heard that there might have been some kind of cameo in Guardians 3, referring to Star Wars. Not sure what it was. He could have been just joking around because EVS, he's a joker, that guy. I love EVS, by the way. EVS, I love you, man. But I don't think it will be long, to be honest with you. That will be horrible, by the way. I am so against that in every way, shape, or form.
Mako says, why didn't you complain about the female mistress on Doctor Who, Gary? It seems a bit like crying over spilt milk now.
Yep, I can cry over spilt milk. No, it's in relation to my argument. It's the milk is spilled. It's not going in the back in the bottle. And like I said in my argument, I don't expect it to change. I just thought it was interesting that it was the same wording, exactly what I said, which is funny. I am still waiting for Tron 3, damn it, and Tron Uprising on Blu-ray. I like Tron. I really did like the last Tron movie. I thought
Tron Uprising, the animated thing, was really good.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
It was better than the movie.
Yeah, it was better than the movie. Yeah. And yeah, because the way they touted it was like, oh, she's going to change everything. That's the reason why, having this computer program coming into the real world. And no, it really didn't do anything at all. Just was kind of boring.
Mako says Joel Schumacher apologized for Batman and Robin too. I saw that. That was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, he said he went a little too gay with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Yeah, he apologized. Yeah, I went a little too gay with it. Doomcock really lets loose on Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, he does. Doomcock doesn't hold back.
By the way, before anybody gets on me, that was his words, not mine. So
yeah, he was just quoting. Yeah, whatever. That's what he said. That's what the man said. Just reporting. Doomcock gets some criticism for how harsh he gets, and I admire him for sticking to his guns. You stick to your guns. That's his channel. That's what he does, and he's not going to back down. And that's part of the whole appeal to him. He gets pretty soft on his live streams, though. I like it. It was good. I was listening. I missed half of it today. I was so pissed because of work. I think Sam Raimi for Hercules Legendary Journeys. I love that show. Persian Scribe. I've never seen that show, but I love Xena. I fucking love Xena, so I'm sure I'd love Hercules. I got to
Hercules was special.
Yeah.
And so was Cleopatra 2525. I love that one too. Oh dear
God, yes.
Bishop Pack says Mark Hamill should guest star in an episode of The Orville.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would. Put him in makeup like they did with Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe was great.
Well, if he could show up in The Flash again, why not?
Yeah, as a trickster. God, that was so good. I'm so glad they tied those universes together. The old 90s TV show along with, that was just freaking brilliant.
That was good. I did like that.
And then, of course, it all went downhill from there.
Yes, it does.
So then we have Mako says they have stock unused footage from Force Awakens. It's going to be a whole bunch of just ships flying in the distance.
Right.
Real slow. They're going to have people loading a carrier.
Yeah, Doomcock is not subtle. That's right. Stay angry. That's right. I'm trying to go back in the chat. My chat just jumped on me. I hate it when it does that.
Random game user says Doomcock has been working so hard between streaming and videos and the rumblings, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, he's put out a lot of content. It's good.
Mako says, I hope they cancel Rhiannon Roundhead Johnson's trilogy. I don't think that's happening. We talked about that a long time ago, and we said we don't think that's happening now. It's there.
It's not happening. That is so not happening. Trust me. She's gone in September. Random gamer user, by the way, says Carrie Fisher is a personal hero of mine. Yeah, mine too. Postcards from the Edge is a great book, by the way.
It is.
Book. What was I saying? Yeah, it's Kennedy is gone in September. She's gone. I've heard that from enough sources to like even legit sources are saying that, and they are connected at the hip. So that's so not happening. But he can talk about it all he wants, and erasing 20,000 tweets ain't gonna help you, buddy.
That leads us right into a theory that people have about that erasing 20,000 tweets. Is people are saying that Disney has started directing all of those under the mouse house, or House of Mouse, actually is what it's called, to start erasing all their old tweets.
Okay, if you want to do it, because Ryan, however you pronounce his name.
We say Rhiannon.
Rhiannon, okay. He said that no, he wasn't given a directive, but he felt that within this climate, he should probably be preemptive with the trolls, and there's a program that you can use that will do that. But what these people don't understand is, sure, you can go ahead and delete your tweets, but where there's a will, there's a way. If somebody wants to take you down, they're going to find a way. Mm-hmm. They're going to figure out how to get those tweets.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's archived them already.
Yeah, they've already archived them. Yeah.
It's a pointless action that he just did.
Yeah.
It just brought, he's done everything wrong. I mean, all he has to do is shut up. That's all he's ever had to do was shut up. And yes, I know fans are attacking him and toxic fandom and blah, blah, blah. Just shut up. Just stop. Just kill the transmission and walk away. That's all you have to do.
You got some money, buddy. Just go out and go enjoy dinner, or
Yeah, but you go out and
egg them on.
Don't egg them on.
Yeah. Don't egg them on. Just shut up. And why do we even know that he did this? You're a dumbass. Why do we even know? We shouldn't know. It should have been a surprise. I don't get it. So tell the media that you've done this, so they'll run a story. So then you can go, well, internet trolls. No, well, you're a dumbass. Sorry.
Right. And Carrie Dalton, I at first I didn't believe this, but now I kind of do. We could also blame Kathleen Kennedy in a roundabout way for the demise of Toys R Us and Mattel cutting 20% of their workforce. Yeah, they just laid off a bunch of people because Toys R Us isn't around anymore, and they couldn't cut a great deal with Amazon, and they brought in a CEO who didn't know fucking shit about toys. She was a Google exec. I mean, like, that's the thing, is like, in some cases CEOs are replaceable. You can bring a guy who, I don't know, made razors and put him in charge of Marvel, which they did. And sometimes it works. And oh, wait, no, they went bankrupt. Yeah, that interchangeable CEO bullshit has to stop. They have to know something about. I watched an interview with her, and you could tell she didn't know anything about toys. She used Google Speak and talked everything in a roundabout way. And and then she was gone in under a year, and now this great historic toy company that really made its money selling girls' toys is going under again, and this is bad. As a fan of toys, or maybe toys are just going to go smaller now. They're not going to be these big corporations. We got Mego coming back. We got Mego making a very weird and strange comeback, which I'm very excited about. They made an appearance at Comic-Con, and I actually bought some. Yeah. If I can go over,
did you go back and get the Jimi Hendrix or no?
I did. Here, hang on. I'll go get them.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk while you're up there. Just saying says Iger will be gone in 2019. Apparently, actually, he signed a deal. He's going to be through 2021 or 2022, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's he's going to be there for a little while longer. Unfortunately.
Did you stretch that out? Did you talk?
I did.
Silent for the whole time.
I was just sitting there silent. No, I talked about Bob Iger. Just was saying that Bob Iger is supposedly leaving in 2019. I was like, nope, he's there until 2021 or 22, according to.
Yeah, he's got to oversee all this stuff, and we're gonna hit the chat hard after this. So, okay, so they came out with like Mirror Universe Trek, which is very cool. You got a little bridge in there. These were kind of cheap too. I mean, I bought all of this for like $100, and then or Jimi Hendrix. Had to get Jimi Hendrix. Now these aren't like old school Mego sculpt. You could tell there's like a little bit of a change, but you know, and then there was of course Sulu.
Oh my god, I love it.
And Chekhov. And then there was, if I can reach him. So they didn't have Superman. They had Wonder Woman looked okay, Harley Quinn who didn't look good at all. And then they had the old General Zod. So I had to buy a Superman, to go with it. So there's the Superman to go with my General Zod.
The Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah, and they had a Batman that actually didn't look that great, but I love that they're coming back and they've got big plans. They've got big plans, and I talked to them a little bit, got on their mailing list and stuff, and I'm gonna do some direct stuff with them when I open the shop. So
nice.
You can tell I'm a Mego fan, so very happy about that. And they're gonna like be redoing play sets, and apparently they're getting a bunch of rights back.
Wow.
Yeah. Super excited about this.
I haven't thought of them in years.
You know, I got they had a shirt, Amigo Corporation shirt that I got. I was very, very happy about that.
Nice.
So, yeah,
how's your father asked, does the Sulu toy come with a sword?
No, but that one might be coming. That would be cool. Well, I could just put a sword in his hand and take his shirt off and throw a little sparkle of sweat on.
Has made a sexy Jeff Goldblum doll, or pardon me, figure.
I need to have that.
Yes. But the thing of it is that it's disappointing because they turned him into like Lou Ferrigno. So he's like extra buff and he doesn't really look like Jeff. He looks like closer to Dominic West from The Wire.
Oh, well, that's not a very good figure then.
They use a different figure. And it doesn't look like Jeff Goldblum at all. I would kind of want to say it looked more like Craig Sheffield from Nightbreed.
Oh, yeah, him too, yeah.
And, you know, it even had like, you know, the beefy kind of body instead of the lanky.
The lanky, yeah. Yeah, I'll just settle for the Funko Sexy Jeff doll.
Yeah.
That'll work.
That was actually really Jeff. Yeah, it's him laying down in repose, and that they've now, you know, Deadpool has done it, and a couple others have done it as well. It's pretty funny. Man of Action says, I'm down with Mego. They should be hearing, we should be hearing some good stuff out. Action Jackson is coming out in 2 weeks. More to follow when I hear more from my boys.
Action Jackson.
Action
wow.
Jackson. Yeah. Squirrel.
That's an 80s blast.
Squirrel.
I was just reading Mary Ashmead. Squirrel. I'm trying to catch up with the chat.
Random Game User says, you bought all the ones I want. I need Dracula, though, too.
It was sold out. It was sold out by the time I went back, and he warned me. He's like, this is selling out the fastest. And I'm like, so I got it on eBay. I'll get you one, Random. I'll buy you one. I already got Dennis a present. I got him his Mezco Batman Beyond.
Oh
yeah. Well, yeah, they sold those things out on Thursday.
Thursday afternoon they were
Thursday
gone.
Morning.
Yeah, the Mezco booth guys was there with fucking nothing for 3 days.
Yeah,
they look like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Smart says, I find it funny that they refer to Star Wars as the Skywalker saga when the last three are erasing Luke altogether. Yeah, it's supposed to be the end of the Skywalker story, as they put it. Which honestly, they shouldn't have even started this whole trilogy with the Skywalkers at all, or just bring them in a little bit to kind of continue on with a new story. That's all they needed to do.
Yeah. They should. They should.
Persian Scribe says, I don't like toys, but I will make an exception for Blade Runner 2049, a Wafu. Waifu. They're not toys, they're action figures.
They're action figures.
They're action figures? Oh my God.
Oh my God. I heard somebody who sells hot toys call them dolls the other day, and I almost had an aneurysm. No, you can call them fucking dolls. I don't care. I like them.
Nah. Bad Bunny asked, does Solo bend over?
Only when he drops his keys. I don't know. Not around Lando. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Movie Finobi, for the 99 cents.
Thank you, Movie Finobi. Did Movie Finobi say anything?
He just gave us 99 cents.
Oh my God, I'm so freaking lost in this chat. I'm sorry.
For the avocado. That's right. There we go. For
the avocado. Hell yeah.
There we go.
I had it. What was it? Yeah. I had the turkey avocado sandwich for dinner.
Nice. I had myself a double chicken and avocado tostada myself.
And that sounds awesome. Good night, Movie Finobi. I hate to see Movie Finobi dropping off. We did get a late start. It's 10 o'clock. We're still gonna go. I'm good. You guys good for a while?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, that Batman Beyond Mezco was the shit. As a matter of fact.
Do you have one?
I got it right here. I gotta dig it out. I'm gonna knock over some more things.
Yeah. When I was looking at that, I was like, and I can see why it sold out so fast, but man. Mako, how many avocados can he buy for 99 cents? He can buy 2/3 of one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't even buy one.
I think they're like $1.29 right now each.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're a little expensive.
I got the Mezco Judge Dredd, which is again
nice,
so fucking nice. You can see the little. I don't want to open it right now.
You got the color one. You didn't get the black and white, huh?
I got the color one. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to take it out here. You can talk. You read some more chat while
I'll read some more chat while you're doing that. And while he's unwrapping, ladies and gentlemen, Makos, they said this trilogy isn't about the Skywalkers, and now all of a sudden it's Skywalker trilogy. That is some 1984 doublespeak. Yeah, it really is. It really is, man. It's bad. Random game user says, "Oh, you don't have to. Getting her that figure. Someone promised to get me a Dracula if they find it."
Oh, I can find it. Yeah, I get it. I get them cheap because I'm buying bulk. So, golly, gee, keep going. I got that.
Terry Dalton, thank you for the $5. Thanks for the great insights and the fun chat. Thanks, Carrie. I think you're Carrie, maybe, or if you are, have a good night. If not,
okay.
Oh,
Batman. I'm trying to not the some stuff's gonna fall out here, but there it is.
Batarangs, nice.
That is tight. That is so cool. Well done. Oh, well done, Mike Mega or Mezco. And it just took a shit right there. Live. There, I can just take it. I didn't know it wasn't strapped in, so there it goes. That's pretty cool. I don't know about the neck thing though. Okay, if you put his head down a little bit, that's cool. I don't like that. I don't like that though. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of money. That costume is, you can't tell, but the costume is, that's an actual costume. That's not like painted on.
Yeah.
So
that's what I like about their figures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They're badass. They're also very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for toy hour there.
No, that's okay. So speaking of some good news for a change.
Yay.
Deadwood, the movie, is getting greenlit by HBO, and the entire original cast is set to return for a 2019 release. It's going to start filming in October.
Fuck a movie. I want the series. I mean, come bring the series back. Oh my God. That should have never been canceled.
This is feelers.
Is because they could not coordinate their schedules with everybody involved.
At least we're getting something. I mean, this makes me so fucking happy. I love that show so much. That and Rome and Carnival. Yeah, the Doomcock was talking about this too. Carnival, guys, if you've not seen Carnival, that show is the shit. It's one of the earliest like trippy HBO shows. And it's Ronald D. Moore, and yeah, it's got Clancy Brown in it. It's really good.
Richard Frost asks, any views on Rogue Trooper movie? Yeah, I can't wait, honestly. Duncan Jones and 2000 AD material. Fuck yeah.
That's gonna be awesome. Well, I gotta read. I'm with Dennis. I mean, I've heard of Road Trooper, but I haven't read any. I mean,
I read it a long time ago, and I honestly don't remember. I know it's about clones and troopers.
I got some of the books, so I'm gonna burn through them. I did see some of the sideshow stuff. Brian Smart is or the Hot Toy stuff, or no sideshow stuff. We walked through that stuff looks amazing. It gets better every year, but this Daredevil Electra statue is like, I've got to have that.
That was actually really well done.
My God,
they're just really freaking expensive.
Yeah, and I'm terrible with statues, but I can't say no to Daredevil, who is now my favorite comic book character. Used to be Spider-Man, now it's Daredevil. Yeah, fucking Deadwood. I love Deadwood too, Mary. I was like, this is good news. But this is a sign of the changes we were talking about a couple of podcasts ago with HBO. HBO is they're gonna start dropping. Listen, HBO was, besides Game of Thrones and Westworld, it's pretty art house. That's kind of what it's turned into. Those days are over. It's been able, what it used to do was it would have its big shows, and those would pay for all the little passion projects that they like to do and win awards for and stuff. They're gonna try to develop TV shows that people actually watch now. Not just they made stuff for a very small audience. They're gonna get broader. That's the word on the street. So we're gonna get some more genre stuff. They're gonna try to take on Netflix and Amazon like everybody else. They do have a little bit of a head start. Seems like they worked out stuff with their streaming service. It is better than it was last year for sure. So we'll see. Whoa. Agent Future, what?
Agent Future just asked about Altered Carbon.
It said Netflix Altered Carbon made some big news today. What was that?
I posted it earlier. You might have missed it. So Altered Carbon has announced.
Oh, there we go.
It's on there. Yeah. Season 2. And Anthony Mackie is going to star in it. He is actually the same character.
Yep.
Just in a different body now.
That's cool. We'll see how I really liked season 1, but I liked Joel, what's his name?
Kinnaman.
Joel Kinnaman. Yeah. I think he was part of what sold it. Okay. He's a good actor. He was great at what he did. The two other actors that they mixed his character with were good too. Anthony Mackie's a good actor. I like Anthony Mackie. We'll see. We'll have to see. Yeah, that's going to be the fun part about that show is it's like Doctor Who. You can sleeve out anybody. We'll see.
And hopefully they don't do what 24 did. They originally wanted to trade out Kiefer, and that never happened. So hopefully they continue getting different sleeves every year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the people I talked to, it was Kinnaman who sold a lot of people.
Yeah. We'll see how Anthony Mackie does. And I mean,
he's a great actor. Can he carry a series? I don't know, but I love the world that they're in. So, I mean, I'm there. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Carrie Dalton says, Dennis, see the Chuck Palahniuk, I can never pronounce his last name, novels behind you. Did you make it all the way through Haunted? Which is your favorite? I did not make it all the way through Haunted. Haunted is the first book I've actually gotten physically ill while reading and just had to stop. So that was my last one that I read of his. And my favorite book of his actually is Lullaby.
Nice. Bad Bunny, who's pretty damn good with this info. Altered Carbon was the most expensive TV series ever. I believe it.
Yeah, it was. I think they said it was $50 million an episode.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, go back and watch it, guys. I mean, if you're lucky, if you have the 4K package with Netflix, Go watch it in 4K. It's incredible. Usually special effects get really exposed when they get to 4K, and I'd say it looked better than Blade Runner 2049. There, say it. I'm saying it right there.
Mako actually corrects me. 15 million per episode. See, it sounds like 50. 15.
Yeah, it's like 50. That's a movie.
Well, I mean, 15 million times how many episodes? 10?
13, wasn't there? 13.
Wow. And yeah, and lots of sex. Well, that helps. What, as far as Alter Carbon? Yes, or HBO. Yes to both. Mako.
Netflix.
Netflix needs more sex. Netflix does sex. I mean, Sense8 was, there was sex.
Oh yeah, there was.
Oh my God, Martha! I never thought I'd see the Martha like that. Yikes! Martha from Doctor Who. With I won't carry it. You guys know what I'm talking about. You saw the
first episode. Persian Scribe says gotta go. Everyone, I have a deadline and my allotted fun time is over. Shine on to Erotic Channel, Gary, Dennis, Susan, Layton, and all the great people in the chat. See you, Persian Scribe.
Cheers! Thank you so much. I will go for a little while longer as long as you guys are up for it. Johnny Pappas, you're right on time. Johnny Pappas is never a late. He arrives just what he means to be.
Exactly. James Hayes says, just wait. They're sure to put Dan Slott on Daredevil soon enough.
Oh my God. Dan Slott's fucking doing fantastic. James, don't you say that. Fuck. They're already fuck. I was so looking when they're back, fantastic. I fucking hate Dan. I hate Dan Slott with the intensity of 10,000 flaming fucking suns. He fucked up fucking Spider-Man, and he's gonna fuck up Fantastic Four. He fucks up everything he fucking touches.
I believe Gary's comment to me was, "I'm gonna go over to the Marvel panel and see if Dan Slott's there, so I can go kick him in the ass."
Oh my God, that was awesome.
We do not want to put me in the same room with him. My wife will be visiting me in prison. There is conjugal visits though, so might be worth it.
Marcus Kahn says, how much is freaking expensive with action figures? For Hot Toys, you can go up to $500 or $1,000 and more. With Mezco ones, you're looking around anywhere from 50 to 80. So yeah,
that's more than that's why I didn't really dive into the Hot Toys thing. That's too expensive. And for one, I like the stuff that looks like the comic book stuff. I don't like the movie realism thing. So if Hot Toys made comic book version, I know they have some stuff, but like comic book versions, now we're talking. But I like Migos. I'm a big fan. I'd rather if I'm going to spend $1,000 on an action figure, and not get killed by my wife, it has to be Amigo, something I can flip someday.
So yeah, that's why I like the Mezco stuff. The Mezco stuff looks like a comic book.
That's why I like it too.
Great job of those.
Got the Frank Miller Dark Knight one. It's great.
Oh yeah. Nilla Shadow says, and I thought 10 million per Discovery episode was a lot. Then again, it doesn't look like they spent that much. No, that went into someone's pockets.
Yeah, that went somebody's coke habit or something.
I'm telling you, man, 3 words: torches in space. It's
whoa. Okay, so HBO's mighty 8th Spielberg / Hanks war film, as proposed budget of $500 million, could beat the record, says Richard Frost, until Amazon does Lord of the Rings stuff, which they paid $1 billion just to get the rights to.
Yep.
But that sounds wow. I don't know, war movies. I watch war movies. I can't say I'm a war movie fan though. I'm like, I don't know. It's just not for me. I watch some of them, but it's not something I rewatch. I guess the only one I've ever watched over and over and over again is Apocalypse Now, which is barely a war movie. It's more,
Maro Lampo. I'm sure you guys mentioned this somewhere already. Thoughts on Colony being canceled? Campaign to save it seemed to focus on your efforts to save the Expanse. Clearly, though, didn't go well. Honestly, we talked about this last week during Con briefly, and since they're owned by US, they're on the USA Network, which is owned by NBC Universal, which is a lost cause anyway, which also owns Sci-Fi, NBC Universal. So when you're doing a sci-fi show and you're not doing any sci-fi, and you're just basically making it an occupation movie, and you're not seeing the other side at all, you're basically having humans occupying other humans. It's not good sci-fi. It's just boring at that point. And I'm a fan of the show. I watched it. I still watch it. As a matter of fact, I've got, I think, this week's episode to watch. And I was starting to find it boring, just kind of going, where are you guys going with this? Do you have an end game involved? Do you know what is happening on here? Because you're dragging it out. And then when they brought Wayne Brady onto the show, I was like, you're fucking kidding me, right?
Wayne Brady?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In a serious role. Yeah. So I'm not broken up by it being canceled, honestly.
Yeah. Sorry you're losing the show you like, though.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks when you get one of your shows canceled, but this one for me, even though I was a fan of it, up until last season, I'm not kind of broken up about this one.
I wouldn't know anything about canceled shows. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Not at all. Everything I watch is just golden and stays on the air for longer than 3 seasons.
Mako says, can't see if Lost in Space was less or more expensive than Altered Carbon. The show was, it looked expensive as well. It did. Lost in Space looked pretty. Like, it had a lot of problems, but like effects were not one of them. That one shot in the very first episode, when the ship broke out of the ice and they hit the theme, that was cool. That was an amazing scene. I was like, that was awesome. They need to do more of that. It gave me goosebumps. That was so cool.
Carrie Dalton says Slott is one of those writers that lost his way when he started getting too deep into political and cultural issues. He wrote one of my favorite Spidey stories, the miniseries with Johnny Storm.
That was good. I did read that. That and his She-Hulk run was pretty good, but that's literally the only thing good. I know some people have said his recent stuff is good. It is not, in my opinion, but that's me. And I do have, I'm not very partial when it comes to the guy. So, he just spent too much time on fucking Twitter, and they paid $250 million for the rights, $750 million for 5 seasons. So the Lord of the Rings isn't the most expensive until they start producing it. That's just for the rights. They paid $250 million for the rights. I thought it was $1 billion. So what was the 7? So they already budgeted it.
No, well, yeah, they spent $500 million for the rights and then $500 million for the budget.
For the budget, okay, so it's $1 billion. So it's not the most expensive. Okay,
yeah. If I remember correctly,
I don't know how you would budget something they haven't made yet, but
they already. I think they're using this.
They're yeah. Let me see. In fact, so Altered Carbon was more expensive, but Lord of the Rings hasn't come out yet. We'll see. We'll see. There's still time to spend that money.
Darth Barbecue asked, just got caught up with Cloak and Dagger. In the comic, is it also about taking out Roxxon Corporation? No, it's not. Roxxon does play a little role in the comics, the old comics. I don't know about the reboot of it. But no, it was about them dealing with their addiction, and it kind of, their addiction changed into their powers. So that's what it was all about, because it was the 70s and it was all about drugs.
Yeah. Excuse me. So, Bad Bunny said Lost in Space was shot in his backyard, recognized a lot of scenery. They shoot all the sci-fi in Canada these days.
Yeah, they do. When I went to Vancouver, it was kind of funny because it was like a CW backdrop. Everything I turned around, I'm like, hey, that's where the Flash was. Hey, that's where Legends of Tomorrow landed. It was pretty funny. You go out to the park out there, and it's just like every place around the park is where they shoot. I actually did see a truck, one of the filming trucks in downtown Vancouver, too. I don't know what they were filming, but I might be in it. Who knows? I wasn't, but Brian Smart says at Agent of Future, I love the show, but is season 2 going to be continue with the first book? Or are they going to adapt Broken Angels? Okay, I don't know where they was going with that. Sorry, Brian. Bishop Pack says Colony wasted too much time. Could boil down all the cool scenes and themes into one episode. Laugh out loud. Yeah, they really do drag out an idea way too long. And Gary, if you thought Cloak and Dagger was slow in dragging out stuff, Colony really drags out stuff. Yeah, and that's where they lost people.
Castle Rock was dragging some stuff out too.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's funny. I meant to mention it on the recap last night that Cloak and Dagger's ratings. I don't know how they got a second season, so I wanted to ask Susan about that.
Yeah.
Because, so maybe it's different on Hulu, but their ratings are below what Preacher is doing.
Right.
It's totally a different situation. So they were getting last night in the 18 or the week before last in the 18 to 49 demo, they got a 0.15.
Yeah.
Is that bad or good for Hulu?
You'd have to look at it comprehensively. Like you'd have to look at how it is doing compared to shows that might have the same budget. And then you'll know. See, this is the thing with cable and streaming services. It's hard to gauge with them what their benchmark is, because with network TV, we all know 18 to 49 demographic. If you can't make the numbers there, you're screwed, because that's where advertising comes from. But when you do streaming and you do cable, you really don't concentrate on that. So they tend to look at what shows are on that particular network that are in the same vein. And, you know, for example, you have a show like, we'll go back to the old days and we'll go to Stars and look at Ash versus Evil Dead against a show like Outlander. They're not really similar, but they sort of are, because they deal with like different scenery. There's effects. So, you know, if you put them side by side, yeah, Ash got canceled. You can see why. So that's how they do it. You'd have to look at something similar on Hulu to find out whether or not they consider that to be a show that's going to have any legs.
Wow.
So, okay, I'm going to look at here. I'm also looking at, because I'm seeing conflicting articles on who is the most expensive show of all time. Okay. It is not Alter Carbon. It is Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
And The Crown is second. ER is third. I don't know what they're basing it on. Band of Brothers, The Get Down, Friends, Rome, Marco Polo, Sense8, The Alienist.
Sense8 was Around the World.
Alter Carbon's 12. Frasier's 13. I don't know what they're fucking. I mean, this is like really subjective, so you guys could be right. I don't fucking know. This is Digital Spy. They're kind of crappy. So they're okay. I mean, they're not terrible.
Yeah.
They're good at collating stuff. But they're saying that Lord of the Rings will be the most expensive show of all time when all is said and done. That is according to Maxim. So the Naked Girls said it would be the most expensive show. I don't know. Cloak and Dagger ratings are as follows. I know this is really, but I just wondering what, I was just curious about this. I'm not trying to bag on the show or anything. I'm just trying to figure out like how Preacher is in trouble, but Cloak and Dagger gets a second season, yet Preacher is getting much better ratings in the target demo. Which
Preacher's on AMC, right?
Yes, it is.
It's a bigger platform, and it's not performing as well as some of their other shows. I mean, because case in point, The Walking Dead, we all know that that's kind of DOA, but it keeps perpetuating because even though it's sucking and losing viewers, it still has more than the average bear, so to speak.
Gotcha.
So that's why Preacher's in trouble and Cloak and Dagger is not.
And they also have the hope of like they can move off Freeform if they want to and go to Hulu. So here are the ratings. They've really just like, the thing is Preacher like brought some people back at some point during the season. So Thursdays 1849 was a 0.32 and 900,000, right? when it viewers in the millions. So it's at 919,000. Pretty decent for the opening, right? But that's for a Marvel opening.
How did it compare though to last year?
Oh, this is the first season. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So then it dips down. 750,000 viewers. Third episode, 500,000. And we are 400,000 was last Thursday. Yet last night did a little better. Okay, did a little better. It was 500,000 viewers. Last night, frankly, was the best episode was episode 7. I would say I would agree with Dennis. That's the one with
the Groundhog Day.
That one. That's weird. That one did 500,000. Yeah. Okay. I could see why they would give it a chance. And again, not bagging on the show. It was okay. It's an okay show. It's not terrible, but it's not great either.
But I'll tell you, if they continue to drop in season 2, if they continue to drop, they're going to be looked at hard, because season 3 is now it's official. There's a pattern. If people get to season 3, they're not going to get that immediate season 4 renewal unless they're Power or they're GOT or there's somebody like that. Because for whatever reason, this is becoming standard operational procedure, even on network TV. You get 3 seasons and we're waiting. We're in a holding pattern.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's weird. Bad Bunny says sci-fi is on the verge of going bankrupt. I can believe that. And if Night Flyer, which I think they're hanging all their hopes on, by the way, like that has to do well. Richard Frost, Outlander was actually a good show. I did like it. I just stopped watching it. It was one of those shows that we weren't doing the podcast when I started watching it, and I just kind of fell out of the habit, and I'll probably go back to it, but I liked it.
Darth Jarvis says, if I wanted to watch a show about dragging stuff out, and he's talking about Colony, I would switch over to RuPaul. Get it together, sci-fi.
I saw what you did there, Darth Jarvis. That was a good one. Comcast will pull the plug on the whole sci-fi network when it's costing them too much money. Yeah, I can. When negotiations come back around, there was some big deal in Hollywood today. I glanced across it on Deadline. Like all the guilds signed some deal, and the Editors Guild was like the lone holdout. It was probably there's supposed to be something coming down in the next couple of years, like another strike. I don't know if it's writers or not, but that's coming. Maybe it's actors. I heard about it. Yeah, it's when all these deals are running out, and that's when we're fully going to go into the streaming stuff.
Bad Bunny says, if we ever have a zombie apocalypse, know where I'm going. Never seen a zombie yet that knew how to swim. Well, funny you should mention that. If you want to see a zombie that can, or actually a really terrifying scene is what I'm going to say, is take a look at Juan de los Muertos. It's a Cuban movie. It's a comedy, but it's zombies. And it's also called Juan of the Dead, if you want it in English. And there is a horrifying scene of people trying to get away from Cuba as the zombie outbreak is approaching. And that's all I'm going to say. And zombies they don't need to swim. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, they could just walk, right? In Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. And they also float, though, too, because when they get gas buildup and bloating and stuff like that, they do float. So
I'll float down here.
Yeah, exactly. Mary Ashmead says, I can't wait for Altered Carbon. I want the same guy, Joel K. Yeah, unfortunately, you're getting Anthony Mackie.
You're getting Anthony Mackie, who's a competent, good actor. Yeah. He's a good guy. We will give it a chance. But that's hey, maybe they pull it off. That would be great if they could. If you could just change out your lead every year, and that could be a lot of fun. Damn, that's serious. Altered Carbon, as weird of an ending as it had, it was one of the best things I saw this year for sure. The source material, I didn't like it very much.
Apple Crow says, I'm here. I'm not going to shut up about Mandy until everyone watches that trailer. We did watch that trailer, Apple Crow, and we still don't know what to make of it. Except that Nick Cage is in it, and he's doing something that's far stranger than Wicker Man, from what I understand.
Mandy trailer. I did not see the Mandy trailer. What's Mandy?
It's something.
Do they play the Mandy song by?
No, it's not that kind of.
It's not. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a grindhouse horror movie, but I think that's what they're trying to go for. But it's Nick Cage that's involved, so your guess is as good as mine as to what the hell is going on. But it's shot with a lot of red light, I mean,
Anger, blood, that's why.
Yeah.
Hammering it home.
Yeah. So
what was that? No, you guys keep talking. I'm watching it without sound.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Exactly. You're gonna have that look of what the
what?
I just watched.
What was that?
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta pause that.
Nihilist Shadow says my zombie plan is to go to Makekik Island here in Michigan. Although the ice does freeze over in the winter, I should write a story about that. Yeah, there you go. You are an amateur writer, right? Is what I remember reading, Nihilist Shadow. So there you go. Yeah, water does freeze over when it gets cold. I'm sorry, that's a smart ass in me that has to answer that. Apple Crow says that's Susan Lighton. What did you think? You're the horror expert. Talking about Mandy.
Oh yeah, I just told him I would watch it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I do like Nick Cage. It was weird. It captured my attention. I want to know more about it. Want to know why the wife, how that happened. So yeah, I would watch it, and the people that I know that have seen it, they really enjoyed it. So I would give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to see it. Mary Ashmead, you're asking if Anthony Mackie is hot. He's the guy who played Falcon in the Avengers, Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, that looks awesome. I so want to fucking see this now. It's a chainsaw fight. That looks rad. Yeah, I'm down. I'll review it.
Yeah, Slurmy Scott. He says after the stream, check out the moon and Mars shining bright in the night. Yeah, we have a harvest moon going on tonight, and we also have Mars being the closest it's been in about 10 years. It looks like a big red dot. It's really cool.
And Saturn.
And Saturn, yes, that's right. I thought it was Venus, but it's actually Saturn. Yes.
Yeah. It's at its perigee.
I didn't know you guys could see my face. I thought you guys were talking.
No, we saw your face throughout the entire thing. That's
Mako says you should do reaction videos.
I didn't know what the hell I was watching for a second there, but that looks fucking. The only reaction videos I'll do is of other people's reactions. Nobody wants to see my reaction. My biggest pet peeve on YouTube is those thumbnails of people who do reaction videos, and they're like, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so bad. I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, I was getting an echo too.
I'm getting an echo, yeah.
Well, there we go. It's gone.
It's gone.
Okay, Nihilist Shadow. It's Mackinac is how it's pronounced. That island, Mackinac Island.
Isn't that the place that Somewhere in Time was shot with the Grand Hotel?
Oh yeah, I guess
it's beautiful.
Apple Crow's all no, don't do it. Yeah, really, no. They'd be really boring. I would just be all, that was cool. I wanted to do them with my son, but like he's like super chill, so he's like, yeah, it's pretty rad, Dad. Thanks.
Apple Crow says, okay, next year's calendar is just Gary, Dennis, and Susan doing OMG reaction pics.
The calendar's not dead, guys. I know we haven't talked about it in a while, but we're getting a photographer and all this shit. It's gonna be for 2019. So I mean, you'll probably get it like on December 30th, but yeah,
2019.
That would not be.
Mako's killing me. Reaction videos and sexy women eating bananas at random because they're hungry are the best clickbait.
We'll do avocados though.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to do avocados. That would be great.
The calendar.
My God.
Yeah, Mary. Our sons are a lot like, yeah, my son's like, yeah, he's got a lot of his mom in him. He's pretty chill.
Oh, I just missed this one. Maro Lampo says, what do you guys think of James Cromwell playing the warden of Echo in Counterpart Season 2? Apparently, he's going to be a major recurring character. Yeah, we talked about him coming on, being cast, and we were like, fuck yeah.
Zephram Cochrane? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. I was just telling these guys before I came on tonight, I was watching I had HBO on in the background, and there's some weird little show called Postgrad with Alexis Bledsoe from I forget what that TV show is now, what it's called, but she stars in it, and it had this really weird cast of famous people, and it had Michael Keaton in there, and help me again, Susan, with the name.
Jane Lynch,
Yes,
Carol Burnett. It's funny.
Yeah, Carol Burnett. Craig Robinson was in it. J.K. Simmons is in it as well. And it was just like, what the hell? And yeah, it was just very odd. And so
like I said, HBO is going to be changing their programming. Enjoy this kind of stuff while, you know. And also, like, I was blanking on his name. Cromwell played Dudley Smith in LA Confidential, a movie.
Yes.
I fucking love that movie so much, but Kevin Spacey's in it. So I'm kind of,
yeah.
You know, he was good in it, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. No, I used to love Kevin Spacey. I fucking loved him. Yeah,
I just saw him. I'm late to the party on this one, but I saw him in Baby Driver, and it was sad because I was just like, you know, Kevin, you know, that whole thing. There's a loss of talent right there because you just have a problem.
I remember seeing him. First time I saw him was in Wise Guy, the TV show Wise Guy.
Mel Prophet, let me shoot you with heroin in between your toes.
He was unfucking believable in that show. And I'm like, how is this guy not a huge star? Now we know. We know why it took him a long time to become a star. It did. It took him another decade after that to almost a decade to get big. He was super uber talented, but also a sick fuck. So
yeah. I mean, it took him after Mel Prophet, which was like 1989, 1990. Yeah. It took him about 5 years to get The Usual Suspects.
That's right. About 5 years.
And that's when that whole thing took off for him.
Yeah. But I remember, like, I'm glad you know that. That took with Wise Guy and Equalizer were great TV shows, by the way.
They were.
Them. Oh my God.
But now we have Denzel, so.
Yes, yeah. I think the first time I saw him was in Glenn Ross.
Yeah. Another good role for him. Although Baldwin came in, chewed scenery.
Oh, yeah.
And was great at that. That was just like had his name written off. Put that coffee down.
Coffee is for closers.
ABC, always be closing.
Yeah.
Counterpart is making for an more of a 10-10, says Mako. Yeah, Counterpart is one of those shows, and like maybe not next season, but the season after, everybody will have caught up on and figured out. Like they'll like, oh, have you seen Counterpart? It's like, yeah, and we'll be like the douchey hipster.
Since the beginning.
We'll be like the douchey hipster going. I was a fan of Counterpart for anybody heard of it, and then I took a bite out of my avocado.
You know, we need to bring that back. The San Francisco attitude. Bitch. Yes, I've been watching that since the beginning.
Oh my God.
That was almost too good, folks.
It was almost too good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I lived in San Francisco before.
Bitch, I've been watching that before you. That was great.
Bitch.
Yeah, Bad Bunny, Wise Guy was shot. Everything's been shot in Vancouver, Bad Bunny. Everything.
Yep. They're gonna. Don't they film Expanse there? BSG was shot there too, right?
Yeah. Like I said, everything is shot in Vancouver.
Yeah, I'm just it's like I don't watch Kevin Spacey anymore. That's the thing. It's like a bunch of my fucking favorite movies I can't watch anymore because all I'm gonna think about is a kid diddler. So I'll just remember the good times, and I fucking love LA Confidential so much. It's such a great movie.
It's a great book too.
Yeah, Mario Lampo. I don't think that Counterpart's going to go Westworld season 2. Yeah, because it's not. It has some interesting things that it can go to that they haven't explained as of yet, and that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to them exploring the other world a little bit more, and we know that there's more worlds than just those two that we have.
Oh yeah, that was we based that theory. Oh, I love what Apple Crow's saying. Dude, have you seen Counterpart? Yeah, remember that show I was annoying you about for 2 years ago? That was Counterpart. It's so good. Yeah, dude, I know. Apple Crow.
Yeah,
It's you got if you watch the credits, just the beginning credits, they give away a lot
yeah.
in that show.
You know, it was kind of funny. I had an old girlfriend a long time ago that we were when Memento was coming out. That's where I'm dating this on this. She was telling me for a while about Memento, about this movie, and she was just kind of describing it, and it sounded kind of boring the way she was describing it. And then I read an article about it, and I'm like, hey, there's this movie coming out about this guy who doesn't remember, like he's only got short-term memory. It's like, yeah, I've been telling you about that fucking movie for like about 3 months now.
So Expanse is in Toronto. Pinewood in Toronto? Pinewood Studios?
No, London.
Well, they don't film Expanse in London? Maybe they do. I didn't know. I just assumed it was Canada because it was science fiction. So what the fuck do I know?
Marcus Kahn, do you think Kevin Spacey will ever come back, or has he been tombed? I guess yeah, he's going to be entombed. I don't see Kevin ever coming back.
Nope.
I think he's beyond help.
He's gone the Weinstein route, so he's gone.
Well, this might even be more dangerous for kids. He's got all kinds of time on his hands now, and he can just go live somewhere else. I don't think he's going to get prosecuted or anything. There are some lawsuits, but I don't think there's any like charges. I could be wrong on that one. Which really sucks.
Pinewood in Toronto. That's interesting. Is it affiliated Mako with the Pinewood in London?
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Learned something new today.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I know they have the Toronto. I had heard about that too a couple of years back, and I was like, really? And I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, somebody up there said the U.S. shows, U.S. cities. Yeah, we are too expensive to shoot film. You can shoot all you want in all the U.S. cities. No, actually, you can't. If you fire a gun in San Francisco, you are fucked. U.S. cities need to bring down costs for movie and TV shows. So greedy. Certain cities do at certain times. That's why actually you're seeing a lot of stuff filmed in San Francisco right now is because they cut a deal. And New Orleans has become a very sexy place to shoot. Preachers down there right now.
In Atlanta.
Atlanta's in Atlanta. Yeah. And Atlanta is where Marvel is right now. But New Orleans, Cloak and Dagger. There's a couple other shows that I can't remember right now. Cloak and Dagger and Preacher are both being shot in New Orleans right now.
Mm-hmm. And Captain Marvel. Did you say Captain Marvel?
No, I don't know where Captain Marvel's being shot.
It's a lot of it's in Atlanta, and then some of it's in LA.
Yeah. So it varies. Remember when the Carolinas were a really popular place to shoot, a little over a decade ago, and it just switches around. Georgia was a popular place to shoot when they started shooting Walking Dead. That's why it's down there. And I mean, it makes sense for the story too, but it was also a very popular place to shoot at down there.
Yeah. Mako says, but Toronto is the biggest outside of the UK. Cass Anvar had a half-an-hour video where he showed how they filmed The Expanse in the studios.
Sorry, my alarm's going off. I don't know why. I had a reminder set. Oh, I was supposed to. Never mind. Carrie, talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Okay. So Bishop Pack says movies like Deadpool 2 shoot in Vancouver, Canada. Yeah. Well, that's because Ryan Reynolds just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Johnny Papa says it's Toronto, not London. It's even London, Ontario. It's not even London, Ontario, is what he said. Mako says there's Pinewood Studio in London for movies. The one in Toronto is for shows.
Okay.
Oh, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, Johnny Pappas, that's right. The California legislature did pass another tax exemption bill, so there'll be more filming in California this year. That's the reason why we're having more a resurgence of filming here in the
because the Willie Brown signed one, and that's why they filmed Hulk here, and then nobody shot here for like a decade, and then all of a sudden like Venom and Ant-Man is here, and they shoot car commercials here every weekend. So if you get up early enough and you go downtown to San Francisco, like 3 or 4 streets are closed off and they're all hosed down. And then you see some car with cameras flying around. I mean, that's a regular occurrence. Like every day, there's car commercials being shot here.
They used to shoot a lot of those in Phoenix too.
And Phoenix is a good city for that. It's like because it's kind of it's cleanish looking and and big.
Yes, Apple Crow, we can agree that Voltron is effing awesome, and it's only got 2 more seasons left and then it's done. So I'm kind of bummed about that, but hey, everything's got to end. Maro Lampo says Counterpart season 2 prediction, out of order timelines, confusing shots of the 2 worlds bleeding through each other. The counterparts are clones of their third sentient machines going off their loops.
That sounds like Westworld. Let's hope it doesn't do a Westworld. Let's hope. Hey, the sophomore season's tough. I do predict a third counterpart, and I will start predicting that the further, I think it's pretty easy. The more counterparts they are, the further they get away from each other. And say if it goes 10 seasons, we have like straight up feral, cannibal, Howard. That's all.
You know what the creator of Westwood said to defend the backlash, that it's a show for certain people or something to that effect, that it's not
that's right.
ordinary
You don't
people.
get it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're too dumb. Oh, he pulled the too dumb card. Okay. He and Dan Harmon can go sit in the corner.
Well, Dan Harmon's never said that. The fans of Rick and Morty have said
Dan Harmon said it on his fucking horrible video. Yeah.
He must have been drunk that day.
It's a day that ends in Y. You didn't see his video?
No, I didn't see his video.
The Daryl video. He says as much in the beginning of that. He's like, this is going to be pretty edgy, and hopefully if you don't get it, that's fine, and maybe you'll impress me. That's like, and I know it's Dan Harmon being Dan Harmon, but Dan Harmon being Dan Harmon is Dan Harmon being Dan Harmon. So I know some people like him. That's great.
Yeah.
Cerebral people. Yeah. Yep. You're too smart for me. I think Doomcock eviscerated that show pretty well. And the questions I have was just all the plot holes that smart people wouldn't have. There was some good stuff in season 2. There really was. The Aki episode was great. Okay. It was great. And hopefully they can turn it around, but come on, don't do that. Don't do that. We already lost Simon Pegg. So
wait, what? How did we lose Simon?
Oh, he's just Hollywood elite now. Yeah. He feels bad for talking shit about Jar Jar.
Oh,
He's telling Star Wars fans it's just a film, and it's like, okay, dude. So you want to keep writing genre, but you want to keep saying stuff like that. Yeah.
Nyla Shadow. Voltron is ending, like I said. So season 7, which is the next season that comes out, won't be the end, but season 8 will be. And so I think by the end of next year, they should be done. And then you can buy that whole complete series on Blu-ray.
Cool.
I know this isn't a show that you guys probably would be into, but this is one I'm excited by. On August 6th, AMC at 10 p.m. is premiering a show called Lodge 49.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to cover it. We're going to cover it.
You are?
Yeah. Well, for the first episode. So.
Yeah, because I think what's going to happen is they're premiering it, and then it's going to be like a mid-season replacement, because according to IMDb, they're not coming back till 2019. So I think that's kind of weird. I don't know what the impetus would be for them to do that, but I'm excited by it because next year in 2019, Bruce Campbell has a 3-episode arc on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
But that's not till next year.
Yep.
Okay.
So I hope it gets people watching it.
No, me too. We're gonna try it out. It's coming out in the middle of summer though, so that's never a good sign.
Yeah. The trailer was pretty good though. It just reminds me a lot of Northern Exposure at a beach town.
Yeah, I think as Gary put it, it looks like a lot of hipster nonsense.
No, I said it looks like a douchey hipster show, but we'll see. We'll see. I like Northern Exposure quite a bit. I was a big fan, but I've seen trailers I've hated and end up liking the show. But it just, I don't know, it looked like nonsense.
Brian Smart. Oops, sorry.
No, good.
Brian Smart asks, Gary and Dennis, what was your favorite trailer to come from SDCC? That's a good question.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I'd have to say Godzilla as well. Godzilla was actually pretty damn good. And the movie's going to suck just because, they gave away all the good stuff.
Well, the first trailer for Godzilla was like one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Period. And I liked the movie. I did, but it didn't blow me away.
No one talks about it. I mean, it
got forgotten. It's very forgettable. Orville season 2. Orville was the best TV trailer I saw, but it was Mako. That was a bunch of unfinished work, and it still was a pretty damn good trailer.
Actually, Gary wasn't with me on this, but Legion season 2, they cut together, and it was kind of really nice. They cut together a little 15-minute trailer, if you will, of all of season 2, and it made sense. I understood what was going on for the first time. No, but it actually, if someone who has never seen the show kind of want to get a gist, even people who had seen the show kind of want to get a better grasp of what was going on, it took all the important bits of all of season 2 and mashed them into a 15-minute long trailer.
Is it online?
I don't think it is. I think it's going to be on the Blu-ray.
Also, Apple Crow, that makes me you just reminded me of something. The Mad Max Fury Road trailer was the best movie trailer ever made until Mandy. I like the Mad Max Fury Road, but the Godzilla trailer was fucking good. Okay, that was like, oh my god, I have become death. That whole thing was fucking rad. I loved it. By the way, Tom Hardy has come out and said there will be more Mad Max. He said it recently, very recently, in the last during a Venom. Nobody's asked him about Taboo on any of this Venom press junket. So will somebody ask him about Taboo? But he did say there will be more Mad Max. I'd take it how you want, but Mandy was I can't wait to see them. I'm gonna watch that Mandy trailer again, Apple Crow.
Mako asks, what's the worst trailer from SDCC? That's actually pretty easy for me. That Amazon thing with that Sam Schmale's doing with Julia Roberts. I can't remember the name. Homecoming. That was the worst trailer I saw.
No. Just because Julia Roberts is in it, or
no, just the way it. I was looking at it, going, okay, you didn't tell me anything, and I don't know if I like Sam Esmail, but the trailer didn't compel me to actually go and watch this thing.
It looked pretty, but it wasn't. Titans was terrible. Yeah, Titans was the worst. No, wait, Star Trek Discovery. What am I talking about? I blanked it out of my mind. Yeah. Just when Mikey Spock said Spock needs me, I felt something die a little bit in my brain. And I can't afford shit dying in my brain.
And yeah, didn't she disobey a director? She's like, I'm out of here late.
All the trailers for the CW shows amazed me how bad they look. Yeah, they have become caricatures of themselves. They've really set comic books back 10 years.
Oh, really, Johnny Pappas? They actually released the 15-minute Legion trailer on Fox FX app? That's cool.
That's awesome. Thank you for checking.
I can find that. because that was awesome.
You're right, Random. Star Trek Discovery doesn't count as a trailer because it's fanfic, and it's bad fanfic. It's fanfic by somebody who's never watched the show.
Yeah, Nyla Shadow. I don't know how Shazam's going to be. Yeah. It looks like fun.
I thought the trailer looked okay.
Yeah.
They're saying it's going to save comic books and movies, apparently.
That is a stretch.
Yeah, that's a big stretch.
That's what I thought too.
What needs to save comic books is comic books. Well, I think comic books will only be saved once the movies are over and people maybe focus back on them again. But I think it's kind of done. I think it's kind of over for them. As you know, they'll always be around. Okay, they're always going to be around. As far as the superhero movie thing it's gonna end. I don't know when, but it's gonna end. It's like,
I'm sorry. Mario Lampo says that's too close to colonies canceling. Wayne Brady can go to Westworld and play Teddy.
he might.
He might just do that. Man. Hey, Silver Spike.
Darth Barbecue. And I agree, Silver Spike. It looked like a good comic book movie. It looked fun. I was really down on it. So it was the best DC trailer. It was better than Aquaman. It was better than the Aquaman trailer. And yeah, it could be fun. I hope it is. I want DC to succeed. I want their movies to be very, very good. Yeah. So STD is what someone thinks Sheldon Cooper's fanfic about Spock will be. Only gender and race swapped for wokeness. Does this bracelet make me look hella woke? Shazam so reminds me of the actual 70s comic. Almost felt like the Tick in some ways. Pauly Simeon. And that's a compliment because the Tick is great. And, you know, it shouldn't. Yeah, that's kind of like that line they have to straddles, you know, not being too serious. Trailers can be very misleading. Absolutely, Mako.
Yeah. It all depends on how they're cut. Star Trek: The Woken Picture.
Does Aquaman look like a big CGI fest as per? Yeah.
Oh my God, we forgot Mario Lampo. Speaking of Krypton season 2, the main bad guy is going to be Lobo.
Great.
For the entire season. Because, you know, it's not messed up as it is already with the whole timeline stuff. So sure, why not? We're going to throw Lobo in.
So the most surprised people who were getting about Krypton getting a season 2 were the actual writers, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, I was pretty surprised. So Sci-Fi will forever, ever be known as the network that the year they canceled The Expanse, they renewed Krypton for another season. Never forget. Hashtag never forget.
What is the fascination with these superhero shows that don't have the superhero that they reference?
Yeah, we were saying that same thing. We were saying this. What was this on the Wednesday night? Or
I've been saying it forever. Peripheral TV shows. It's basically a way to get around marketing, especially at Warner Brothers. They have a stranglehold on Superman and Batman. Okay, you need to. They can only be in the most prestigious things. They have to be in film, so you can't do a TV series on them because it would confuse the audience. But we now know more about Commissioner Gordon and Lois Lane than we'd ever known about Superman, because they have both been on television more than the actual fucking character that they are supportive of.
Yep.
So it's a marketing thing, and it's really fucking stupid. It's also not knowing how to do it. Like, Warner Brothers does not know what to do with Superman. Never has, not since the Donner days. They have no clue what to do with their characters. They're very detached from DC Comics. They kind of let DC Comics run itself, which is very good. But Warner Brothers is listen. They own some of the best characters in the fucking world. Have you seen anything Bugs Bunny lately?
No.
Well, they are bringing that back, and it's coming to YouTube.
Have you seen anything lately, though?
No, not lately. No.
Have you seen any? I mean, like, they've owned Batman for decades. How much have we actually got? We got a bunch of movies. Have you felt like you've seen the definitive Batman yet?
Well, all keeps going to Fox. That's why, and then disappears into a black hole.
Ah,
I mean, they just recently released the 66 Batman on
the
DVD.
definitive Batman, though. Have you seen it? No, you haven't. Because
there's
they
no
haven't had a
definitive
chance.
Batman,
They haven't
no.
taken a crack at it yet. This is Lobo, by the way, Silver Spike. You were asking
Yeah.
who Lobo was.
So Silver Spike, Lobo is basically DC's version of Deadpool, only he's a spacefaring mercenary instead of a wisecracking earthbound mercenary. And he does break the fourth wall quite a bit and wreaks havoc within the DC universe.
Yep.
There you go.
He showed up in Omega Man #3. And
yeah, it's either behind me. No, it's not here. It's in the other room. I actually have the very first appearance of Lobo in trade paperback, like collected and all of that. And yes, Lobo does predate Deadpool, but it's basically, that's the easiest way, since people know about Deadpool now, they don't know about Lobo, is to tell them who he most resembles. Johnny Papa says, "Hey Gary, that was you in the comic The Boys, right? The artist is a friend of yours, right?"
yes,
Yep, that was him.
Lobo does predate Deadpool, but they really made him into a Deadpool-like character. Well, I don't know. Maybe Deadpool did kind of. Ooh, I got to think about that. They really coincided. It was a character trope of the 90s to have your fourth wall break and kind of wacky doodle. But I don't know what really came first, because I wasn't really reading either of them. I mean, I read some of it, but I actually liked Lobo more than I liked Deadpool. That's interesting, Nihilist Shadow. That's a good point. He does predate him. Yes, Johnny Pappas, I was in The Boys. What issues were they again? 23 and 24 and 37.
He's also in Happy as well. Happy
issue 1 and 2. And then I'm in Ballistic #1. And I'm in some Gotham or no, some Dark Knight Tales or some online Batman comic, and I'm a Gotham City PD, which I've never seen the final artwork for. But it was some online thing that got collected in a comic that was Batman. It was a Killer Croc stories. Derek Robertson wrote and drew an origin of Killer Croc, where he was in a circus or some shit like that, and he escaped. And I play a GCPD officer.
Nice.
Yeah, it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's on Facebook.
Nihilist Shadow says, "Wasn't Lobo a parody of Wolverine, like a hyper-violent character?" I remember reading something like that. So he started off as a normal character, and he was actually in the Legion, if I remember correctly.
Parody of Wolverine is what I've heard too, by the way.
Yeah, that's what he later turned into. But originally what he was he could take a drop of his blood and make a clone of himself from it. That was what his power was. And they kind of retconned it into what we have now, which is that fourth wall breaking, wisecracking, badass kind of character, if you will. And that, yes, they were supposed to be.
I like Lobo. I mean, like, I don't want him in Krypton. I would rather see, like, somebody was talking about this in a video. Maybe we were. Like, give it a $70 million budget, like, have him be just a bounty hunter on a planet on his own, and do like a weird, have DC do their Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And make sure their director erases his tweets before he starts the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Apple Crow. We love that Kevin Conroy got to do the voice for Captain Sunshine of the Venture Brothers as well. That was just such a wrong episode all the way around.
In all the right ways. I'm looking for
Darth Jarvis at Bad Bunny. I'm actually looking forward to the Happy Time Murderers. Yes, we all are. As that looks pretty damn funny. Puppets, drugs, and murder. What else can you go wrong with that? Johnny Papa says, "Look at the one I posted in the podcast group on Facebook," is what Johnny Papa says about. He posted the one from The Boys. of you getting stabbed.
Oh,
Or
that's
no, actually,
happy.
I take that back. Not stabbed when you're wiping your forehead.
Oh yeah, that's from The Boys. That's the beginning of the Force trade paperback. No, I was looking for my Gotham City PD one, but I can't find it. Facebook changed something, like they always do. I don't go to Facebook enough anymore, so I don't really care. But they changed something, and now I can't find it because I was looking for my Giorgio picture too, and I couldn't find that either.
Huh? That's kind of weird.
Keep reading the chat.
Yep. Yeah. Hang on a second. So here we go. Yeah. The Mako says erases his tweets and doesn't have a round head.
Yes, it knows how to direct, right?
Yeah. And Nihilist Shadow says Brad Garrett was an amazing Lobo in Superman the Animated Series. Yeah, he did a great voice for that. I don't like him otherwise, but yeah, he was a good voice for that. Richard Frost, WB has a history of treating shows badly. They refuse to stream Babylon 5 for over a decade and won't release those high-quality film prints of the show, which could be rescanned for... they don't want to spend the money on those, Richard Frost. They don't want to spend the money to get those remade into HD or to remaster them either. And so, yeah, they're really shitty copies. Really, really, really shitty copies. So, yeah, it's going to be bad.
There, so it's small, but you can see it.
Interesting.
Zoom it. There we go. That's my GCPD. Yeah, we should wrap. But it's getting going long.
Yeah. I think Susan might have fallen asleep already.
You awake, Susan? She might have.
We might have lost her.
We might have lost her. Talk all the shit you want about Susan. She's asleep. All right, we're gonna wrap this up, folks. So Susan's at 1428elm.com and Heroic Hollywood starting August 13th. Dennis, start thanking people in the chat.
All right. Thank you, Bad Bunny, Applecrow, Nihilist Shadow, Man of Action, Richard Frost, Darth Jarvis, Darth Barbecue, 2 Darths, Mako, excuse me, Johnny Pappas, Carrie Dalton, Maro Lampo, Bishop Pax, Katra. Yes, Katra, it is a late night, this one tonight. The artist formerly known as Aaron J. James Hayes, Polly Simeon, Silver Spike 1, excuse me, Viking Bitch, who we had earlier in as well, and a wee Negan now. That's a good one. That's pretty funny. And let's see who else we have here. Random Game User 42. And Brian Smart. That's right. We had Brian Smart in here earlier as well. I think he's still floating around.
He's still floating around, I think.
Yeah. And anybody else that I just... Quijibo. Quijibo. There we go. That is actually how you say that. Slurmy Scott. Thank you, Marcus Kahn. And anybody else I'm missing here? Susan Lighton, which I see Susan in there as well. Hey, you're back. We thought you fell asleep there.
No.
Yeah. Mary Ashmead. And that's about it. And if I missed you, everybody else who was in there, Agent Future, because Agent Future actually gave us a super chat as well.
Yeah, I wanted to thank the super chats, which were Dakota Stanton, $5, Movie Fenobi, $1.99, Movie Fenobi, $4.99, Movie Fenobi, $1.99, Agent Future, $5, Movie Fenobi, 99 cents. Movie Fenobi, I'm going to pay you, dude. Sorry, excuse me. And Carrie Dalton for $5. Thank you for the super chats. You guys are wonderful and generous. And we appreciate them. And yeah, Susan is woke. That was good. This was a long one tonight, folks.
Yeah.
We were due for one of those. I could have actually kept going, but
yeah, we had a lot more news too. It's just,
yeah, we got a lot. I'll cover it Monday. I'll cover it Monday.
Yeah.
Our next show will be Preacher. Oh wait, no. I got Cibola Burn. You guys ready to watch Cibola Burn? Let me know. Just let me know if you guys are ready for Cibola Burn, which is Expanse, and then Preacher, and then Monday night, and then holy crap, shit starts. Venture Brothers.
Fucking
Venture Brothers.
Manaconda.
Yeah. So Saturday, 10th, next a week from tomorrow, 10:15 p.m. Pacific time, 15 minutes after it airs, or is it 9? Is it only a half hour? I can't remember now.
It's only a half hour.
So 9:45 Pacific time. Well, 55 because fucking Adult Swim always does their shit 5 minutes late. 15 minutes after the show airs, we will be live. So join us, Venture Brothers fans. We'll see how big of fans you really are.
Yeah.
Wake with us. I'm woke. Tuka. Apple Crow, you're funny. I'm barely woke right now. New Venture Brothers. Yes, Carrie. Next Saturday.
Season 7.
Season fucking 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we will get a new Expanse on Sunday, Bad Bunny, Sunday morning, 11 a.m. I'll be doing my Cibola Burn. I've been really, I've got, this one will be, I'm going to get in the weeds on this one. So, yeah, because this is one to discuss. For one, it's major spoilers for the show. So, yeah, Doors and Corners, Mako. For sure. And Dennis and Gary and Susan. And we will have some wonderful avocado. My Patreon video, which has turned into a major pain in the ass, has been finished. I am the slowest editor in the world. That's why I don't do it professionally anymore. they're always like, you're really good, Gary, but you're kind of slow. I'm like, yeah, I know. So, yeah. Susan, I've already plugged all your stuff. So, thanks again for staying up late. And Dennis, take us out.
I just also want to say Mara Lampos says super chat of $50 from me during the next live broadcast. Thank you for everything you guys are due for your 5K subscribers party soon. Thank you so much. You really don't need to do the $50.
You do not need to do that. I mean, thank you for the offer. That's fucking awesome. But no, that is not necessary. Just your attendance is awesome. Just come in and hang out with us, Mara Lampo, and we are groovy. We usually kind of slow down in the summer when we're not covering TV. So our subscriber boom usually kind of like wanes until like October, and then we'll start shooting back up again. But if you, I'm not against you telling a friend to like, share, and subscribe. That'd be great. 250 more subs and a super chat splurge. I would just take the subs. I'm good with. I want to get to 5,000. That's a big deal because that was our year-end goal. So if we actually, it's beyond our year-end goal was 3,000, right? It was 3,000.
Yeah, it was 3,000.
So passed that. So yeah, we're doing great. So we're just thankful for what we have, and
exactly.
We have the best chat on YouTube. And honestly, I wouldn't trade that for shit. So
Mako says can't wait for the 5K nude stream.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my camera will be off, but I'll be naked.
Who says I'm not?
Who says I'm not right now? Right? No shit. No, I ain't afraid to get naked. Come on. I've been to dead shows. Well, I've been outside of them. I haven't actually been inside.
I've been a Burning Man. So
I would not admit that out loud.
Hey, it was back in the late 90s.
It was.
So it was the thing to do. Back before it became uncool.
Before it came uncool, like the year after it started. Fucking hippie. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're not gonna Me Too Susan here for sure. We treat our whammon with respect. Yeah. Oh my god, my kid's still awake. My kid's so be in bed right now. All right, everybody. Yeah, we do not want to get banned. There was a channel that one of our Star Trek brethren got EC. Oh, help me, random. Whose channel got wiped today? God damn it.
Well, someone actually got wiped, huh?
So somebody false flagged their channel and they woke up in the morning and it was gone. Their channel was fucking gone.
What is a false flag? I'm sorry.
People can come in and flag your channel with crap. They YouTube pretty much, you have to get more than one person to do it. Yeah, I can't remember. It was one of our friends was talking about it. It's EC Henry.
EC Henry is what Mako says.
Yeah,
UI Thinel.
Yeah, and EC Henry got his channel. Now I don't know what was behind it.
Oh, I think
it was like spamming, and that's what we got busted for. We got busted for spamming when we weren't doing it. Somebody false flagged us, and because I didn't know how to fight it, we lost live streaming for 3 months. So, oh, my oldest son is home. So yeah, I mean, I hope EC Henry's probably going to be able to fight it and get it. It's okay, Mako. It's late. Get their channel back. I just wanted to bring that up. Is like, definitely, if you want to do something, fight for that guy. That poor guy loses his channel. It's horrible. So if that ever happens to us, we have another channel, or just go to the website, go to nerdrotic.com. Okay. And then everything will be there. Okay. But yeah, let's it's 8:30 a.m. Yeah. So I got to work tomorrow anyway. So
I'm sleeping in.
There you go.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I'll put work in quote. It's Saturday. Like, I'll be watching TV or something. You hear that, Elon? You guys have a great night, and thank you to all the patrons. I promise I'll have a video up tomorrow. Now, Dennis, you can take us out.
Children of Earth, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Say goodnight, Susan.
Good night, Susan.
And may the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Ciao.